Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back for another Thursday night Paint and Chill stream. Just waiting for the usual cast of characters to jump in. I am currently working on about 20 minis right now on my table. I've got another 30 something here already done since the beginning of the year, and thanks to our good buddy Fritz's Winter Warmer Challenge, I've got another I think 8 days to get everything done on my desk. Uh, Send them over to images over to Fritz, and he'll do a little special show. Right now, I am working on a spirit of the Styx River or some such. I forget exactly what it's called. Uh, Had a pretty productive week. Otherwise, I got some reading done. I got all my chores done. I got some painting done. I did some writing. I don't know about you guys. Hope you've all had a great week. It's almost over. Looking forward to the weekend because I've got 4 games scheduled. GURPS game on Friday with Bo from Bo Paints Minis. I've got our weird Gonzo game with the OGGM on Saturday afternoon. And then I've got my Traveler game that evening, which I got to tell you, folks, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I could use some criticism, encouragement, what have you, uh, on that because it's the first game I've run online live in a very long time, not since hanging out with the guys. Table Breakers. This is the mini I'm working on. It's just a little ghosty. I'm going to do some shading and blending to get the colors to all come together and make him look a little bit more spooky. So, how's everybody out there? We got anybody in the chat? I know we just got started. Looks like we've got a couple people watching. I don't know where the usual bros are. Crafting and Justin, and I know Raven said she'd be here later. Let's go over to Discord and see what the holdup is. Okay, no worries. Justin's running a little bit behind, so I'll just keep on keeping on doing what I've been doing. I poured out a little bit too much red, so let's see what else we can use that for on my table. Here we have someone just popped in. At least I heard the noise. Oh, we got Crafting Gamer. What's happening, bro? You're muted, or we can't hear you, or you're not speaking.
Computer's being a little
Crafting?
funky. It
Hello?
just
Anybody
updated.
else?
That's why I
Oh, no worries, dude. How's how you been?
pretty good if my computer would stop freaking out.
That, yeah, that would be helpful, but
Yeah, I actually went to
what you got.
the dentist today, despite not remember the brush is off.
Does anybody? I mean,
Pretty clean.
the only time that's good. That's good.
Fair.
Anything else is unacceptable. So, what are you working on tonight? Anything? Just chilling?
Yeah, they're stained, but that's because within the last couple of years I've been coffee. So
Yeah. That's a big one for me. It was coffee and smoking, and when I gave up both, you are really popping in and out like a skipper missile. So, what else is new? Oh, he'll come back. So let's see if I got anything else over on this section to paint up. Uh, when I paint, I tend to only work in one color at a time. I'll drop out a little of what I'm using and then look over my selection of minis and see what needs. Like right now, I'm working with one of my favorite colors of all time, which is blood red. Not a fan of the real stuff, but this color is incredibly vibrant, and I use it a lot. This is actually the second full bottle of Army Painter's Speed Paint Blood Red that I've gone through. The first bottle was the first iteration of it. Now I'm working on the 2.0s, and the 2.0s are much much better. Avoid getting the 1.0s if you can, unless it's like a really good deal, and even then, you're going to find that they reactivate with the slightest hint of moisture, which could be fun if you're wet blending and very helpful if you're wet blending. But otherwise, you really have to not only wait like 24 hours for them to fully cure, but to maybe even hit them with a clear coat, which I don't like clear coats. Never have. Uh, That'll probably be crafting again. Yep, that's crafting. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome back to the show.
There you go.
Justin said he'll be a little
Yeah.
bit late, which is
You know
fine.
the weirdest part about my
Nobody's
connection being crappy
con-
is I hear you guys about 50% better,
That's not really surprising, is it?
almost one way.
I mean, I suppose. So you are you painting anything these days?
Yeah, I'm painting. Uh, oh, your timeline for selling things is way off for me. During the time that you said all my sales dried up, I have
Really? Yeah, I
sold
actually had a sale too recently.
500.
I'm not hearing a single thing you're saying, bro.
I'm reconnected now. I wasn't saying anything though,
Yeah.
but
Oh, okay.
I
Well, you
actually
said you
got.
had a sale or two.
Oh yeah, I got like 4 or 5 sales in the last 2 months, and I actually have a commission coming up as soon as the guy he's going to get in contact with me, and we'll be discussing
Nice,
price tag and color scheme.
nice. You can always go over and have a chat with Fritz from Forge and Brush and see, what he thinks, or what he asks for commission jobs. I would never have the time or the inclination to do so. Uh, I've got too many minis of my own to
Well,
actually paint.
technically, so do I.
I'm way
So do I.
off.
But the commission thing is about learning to do more painting because I then have to paint for someone else's desires instead of just my own.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I don't do such things. Who we have here? George, welcome to the show. Oh my God, we have almost the whole Traveler crew here. How you doing, George?
I'm doing good. I got a new so
Glad to hear it. I
yeah.
just actually switched the thumbnail on last week's Traveler game and put up the picture you made
Oh,
of
cool,
Raven's character.
cool. The
And I picked the very
yeah.
first one, which is the one I like the most. The other ones were good. Do you do them like four at a time?
Oh, I did a bunch. I had a link to. It's just sometimes they come up four at a time. Sometimes it's like an upscale. But yeah, they come up four at a time. But it's like there's so many variations.
Yeah, try not to. If you send them to me, try not to send them to me in that collage of 4 by 4,
Mhm.
2 by 2, because I can't use that, or I can't use it individually, which really
Yeah.
kind of sucks. Because there was like one that I liked in a 4 by 4 you did, but again I couldn't
Oh
use
yeah.
it because
Yeah. Just tell me the
it's
one you like, and I can always update it. Sometimes because I just didn't want like overwhelm the Discord with like just like a billion pictures.
Oh, I honestly don't mind at all. It's my Discord, and if I say it's okay,
Great.
it's freaking okay. And a lot of the other ones you did were fantastic. I almost want to like have you maybe make some ahead of time, but I know that's not really. I don't want to do that because then I might
Yeah,
spoil
yeah.
something. And I'd rather, if they come out a couple of days after the show, that's fine. People are still watching that episode that we did, and I'm thinking about running another session this week. I know Crafty can't be there, but because Omen can't be there on the other nights, and he was there just as much working on the game. That just means Crafty and Omen will miss a session, and
Well,
I think I can work it at least.
character also runs pretty straightforward, so it's not like you can't run him if you need to, Shadow.
Believe it or not, if everything works out the way because I'm not
Yeah.
railroading you
Oh
guys,
no, I completely
except
understood.
like
Our
there's like one
argument is what
aspect.
got us in trouble there at the end. I totally
Yeah,
understand.
it's I will admit that I'll set the scene at the beginning and then let you guys go because it could have gone a bunch of
Yeah.
different ways last week, and if everything pans out the way I envision it or I kind of predict it will, then having your character doing something completely different wouldn't be hard to facilitate. Um, George, you okay with playing this
Yeah, I think I'm
Saturday?
free. Wait. No. Sorry.
Okay.
Actually I won't be free. We're going to the Golden Corral.
Oh, okay.
The my mother-in-law takes. It was supposed to go on Friday, and then today it just got switched.
Okay. And Justin, how about you? You free Saturday to
I
play?
should be good. George's character could be in a detention cell next session.
Ah,
Shh, stop
I'm in
reading my
detention.
mind.
The question is, there's three types of detention. There's the naughty detention, there's the good detention, and there's the bad detention. Which one is he in?
Well, he won't be in the good one. I can tell you that because that one usually involves Asian
No, that's
schoolgirls.
that's the
So
naughty one.
speak for yourself.
I am speaking for myself since if I tried speaking for you, that'd have been a big black man, lots of oil.
I prefer
You
Catholic
know,
schoolgirls over Asian ones, but you know,
I,
Well, at least Catholic schoolgirls can look like adults. Asian schoolgirls look like little girls all the way up to 80.
yeah, you're
Shadow
not
wouldn't
wrong
know
there.
anything about that. But I will be working on another song for tomorrow.
I just brought it actually up, so I don't know where you get that from, but okay.
Well, crafting was more accurate to the way you like your schoolgirls.
Yeah, no, that's just ridiculous. Um, so what's up with you, Justin? How you
Potato
been?
chips.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing real good. I've had only I once upon a time I was eating like 2-3 bags a week. Now I'm down to like half.
2 or 3 bags a week. I'm lucky to get a bag once every couple of months. Yeah, chips are
Really?
Same
chips are
here.
a splurge in
Well,
our
it
family.
was
I assumed
really.
somebody was apologizing to me for something. I don't know, and I don't really care. I got potato chips.
Nope. No,
I don't even remember, so you're
we don't
forgiven.
apologize. We don't apologize around here.
Especially since you bribed me.
And I am almost out of water for my paint cup. Did you get any writing done, guys?
Well, I'm not part of the challenge, but
Story's due tomorrow.
I'm not part of the challenge, but I did get some writing done in my game books, so I'm proud of that.
Okay. Good. We aren't one trick ponies here. We do other things. Um,
Yeah,
and
I
yeah,
did my typical scrapped everything I had, mainly outline because I'd been working on other stuff. But, you know, I, I assume somebody was apologizing to me for something. I don't know, and I don't really care. I got potato chips.
Especially since you bribed me.
I got potato chips. 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 I got potato chips.
Mhm.
I'm going with the okay, it's an actual war story, like a Cold War
Uh,
story kind of thing.
like Earth or in the future.
I haven't decided yet if it's like the 1980s or the 2050s,
Kind of like that.
Okay.
but I reworked it because I had this like alternate reality story idea kicking around in my
Okay.
head. I've mentioned it before. I'm gonna try and fold this story into that world so I can start fleshing out the details of it.
Cool. Yeah, I stuck with my initial idea. I've got 2 or 3 pages left. I didn't do much because, as you know, I was feeling like
Yeah.
shit. I did actually get some writing done during that interim, but not a ton. Nothing to write home about, pun
Hmm.
intended. And uh, I'm happy with what I got. It's not. It's just a simple writing exercise where I'm trying to, like I told everybody else, to focus on the words as opposed to
Hmm.
uh, anything else. Not necessarily trying to break out the $20 words or anything, but just do a little more color.
Mm. I don't know about purple prose, but
Yeah. Not
I find
quite.
my writing to be too much that
That.
already.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm. It's not my strong suit. Not because I can't, just because it annoys me, and I know that if I want that, I'm going to go with a classic. I don't want that from a newbie or someone who's actually alive. It,
Yeah,
it comes
George.
off to me as too. It comes off as pretentious and try hardy. We're not like that, and if I was going to do that, I would actually just stick to poetry, which I've written
Yeah,
large amounts
I
of
have
in my,
no
in my
doubt
day.
you have. Cocks are big. Cocks are good. I like cocks in my butt. Shadow's poetry. He told it to me
No,
himself.
I've never even. Oh God, it's so gross, dude. I
I don't know if you heard George, but I'm taking submissions for AI
Yeah.
songs about Shadow being gay for the show.
Sounds good.
If you want to throw, if you want to
no, it
throw,
sounds
that's
gay.
the point, Shadow.
With as much, with as much as you guys go on about it, I'm kind of starting to wonder if there's a little bit of projection out
No,
there.
it's just
To
fucking
see.
hilarious as fuck.
Oh, it is funny as shit. That song was one of the best I've heard. I actually thought it was better than the one Hungar played.
Yeah.
Just
What
it was
one? The
really good.
brains one, or
Uh, no, the one about the movies and stuff.
I don't remember that.
This is the last one you played on your show.
The last one I played on my show.
The only one you played on your show. The one you made
Yeah,
about
no.
me.
The one Hungar
In
played.
an alternate reality.
The one Hungar
What?
played. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. It was about two dudes doing gay shit, disgusting, foul,
I don't remember.
gross. No, okay. Yeah, I only remember like one aspect of it because it was so just.
I just want to know what the gay porno throne looks like, so I can put it on a T-shirt with you sitting on it.
Yeah, then you probably have to.
You think it's like a throne made out of dildos or something?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the
No, I'm
Iron
not
Throne.
sick. Jesus Christ.
It's like the Game of Thrones throne, but like rubber tubes.
I think, I mean, if someone, I guarantee if it existed, it would look a lot like a hemorrhoid pillow with a lot of,
I can
foul
see there being a
uh,
it's
feeding.
a pile of dildos with a hemorrhoid pillow on it, but there's something coming out the middle.
A plunger.
Yeah, plunger.
So you look like Carl when he had the rake or the mop stuck up his ass.
I
Remember
wouldn't know. You're
that?
sitting on it, so I can't see the thing.
No, Aqua Teen Hunger Force when he got hypnotized. You don't remember that one?
I don't watch that show.
No.
Oh, he had shoved either the broom. He'd either shoved the mop or the broom so far up that his skull was pointed now. It was
I
just
love that
fucking.
show.
Oh, I love that show. That show was just. Speaking of shows, one thing I did get to do while I was laid up
Africa, Mexico,
was
other
what?
places I don't give a fuck about.
No.
It's a Carl line.
Let me ask.
It's my favorite Carl line.
Oh,
Africa, Mexico, other places
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about.
Did anybody ever watch The Blacklist?
I watched the first 3 seasons of
So-
it.
It was good up
Okay.
to the point they killed his daughter, and then what the fuck was he still doing with the FBI?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, well, God, I'm sorry. I literally jumped up out of my seat and cheered for joy when they
I
did
liked
that.
her.
I hated her so
Love
much.
or hate,
Oh, God.
what was his point with sticking with the FBI when she died? He literally had no reason at that point.
Honestly, it's not a bad question, but honestly, there is an actual reason. I've got like 3 episodes of season 10 left.
They were
it's the
supplying
end.
her with her tranny medications. That's why.
You know what? That wouldn't surprise. I actually saw some pictures of her off that.
No.
I don't know
There
what.
was a storyline, wasn't there, of that?
Oh,
yeah,
Red being
yeah,
a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally just absolute nonsense. And I could cite 2, if not 3, separate occasions where he had sex with women, and I guarantee at least one of those women would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That was the black woman that he was in love with for a little while.
And
But
the
then
daughter, little thick in the jaw, but I would bend her over a table in a heartbeat.
that jaw was just all I could see was freaking Predator.
I'm okay with
You
that.
know, that jaw was just like bulldog. What's
That
up, Cal?
means
How
she
you
can
doing?
fit my dick in her mouth. Not too many women can do that.
Hey, she could literally. Yeah, right.
It took you long enough to catch on to
I was trying to say hi to Cal.
that. Hi, Cal.
She could literally take your entire head and shoulders off with that jaw. Just have to unhinge it a
It's
little.
not
And just,
that big.
there was this one girl in the show in the last season and seasons before, Wisha or something like that. I forget her name. It was really, she was really exotic looking. Really had some really striking features, and I guarantee there's no way she'd be like, "Oh, you're a chick. Oh, okay, that's fine." She would have fucking killed him. Okay, but there's a reason why they kept going after she died.
They were making money.
And it's actually well, that is no doubt part of the equation. But Red's dying, and he's slowly liquidating all of his businesses and like trying to protect his people, his loyal people. So he's like, getting them out of the business because he's going to be out of the business. And so it's
Yeah.
spoiler, but it came out over a year ago. I just found out, and I've got 3 episodes left, and I know he's going to die at the end, or at least that's what I'm suspecting. And it's definitely been worth the wait. Normally, it's not my kind of thing, that kind of show, but my God, James Spader, one of the
Weirdest
freaking
motherfuckers ever.
finest actors. Yeah, he's probably a weird motherfucker, but the big New York guy, I watched an interview with him. And anybody who loves New York that much, I probably couldn't hang out with him, like I do you guys.
I don't know. You are a raging
but-
leftist.
Oh yeah, that's right up there with being gay. That makes
He admitted
perfect
it,
freaking
everybody.
sense. No, that was called sarcasm, you schmuck.
Hey, he even uses New York lingo.
So does Connell and Jade. That's where I got it from. I hadn't heard that word in decades. And when I watched them going back and forth, it was charming. Um, and I don't know about you guys, but I hope Jade comes back. It's been too long. Yes, I was just going to ask you, Cal. I hope you're ready for this weekend. It's going to be another fun time, at least for this guy, because you guys got yourself into some deep doo doo.
Nah,
Uh,
I got
anybody,
everything where I want it.
yeah, still intact, -8 strength
Nah.
points that you'll get back eventually someday.
Yeah.
I was
You're
like, oh my
waiting where
god!
I
Even I
want
was
you,
like,
you shadow motherfucker.
yeah, right, dude. You were 1 minute, literally 1 minute away from being one of me.
Nah,
You know, shadows drain all
nah.
your strength. You
I got
become
my
a
other
shadow,
character. I'll
and
just
then there's
unleash him.
yeah. You're gonna run the
Yeah,
coat
yeah.
rack, yeah, over
He
my
he
dead
he
body.
will
You'll be
he
making
will
up a new
polymorph back
character,
into a person.
um, but you won't be
Most
running it.
certainly, I will. I will
Uh,
be running that elder god from beyond hell.
Elder God, yeah, no, they're no. And yes, I hope the
And my
same thing,
slave girl.
Cal. You guys, you will need clerics, as many as you can possibly get for this leg of the journey.
Remind me to kill
Uh,
Cal next session too.
yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I don't tolerate interparty actual
He
violence.
has it coming. He has it
You
coming.
know,
I wanted to make that
um,
Taylor Swift looking druid chick my amulet of healing wounds or whatever the fuck that was.
do you?
And he was like, "Oh, we can't do that. It's too peaceful." He's going down for that shit. You don't stand between me and making a hot chick my slave. It's just saying.
Here's the thing, Cal. Had you been successful, you would have had the entire druid continuum
Who,
on your
me?
ass.
I did nothing to hurt
Yes.
her. I just gave her I
No, but
gave
they
her
were
purpose in life.
the entire druid conclave whatever were watching the battle,
The-
and had you suddenly turned one of their members into a slave, which goes against neutrality, at least in my book, that's far from
it's
being
not
neutral.
it's
That's
not
imposing.
slavery. It's divine purpose.
Hmm.
It is most assuredly slavery. It literally says it on the handle of the
Shut up.
device you were
If they're-
about
Put a
to
piece
use.
of tape over
druid,
that.
if they're a druid, they're like they're animals, aren't they? So it's just like having a dog or a cow
that
or an
look
ox or something.
that looks super hot.
No.
Like banging a sheep.
Slavery is
I put a piece of
not
tape
okay.
over the handle. It says divine purpose now. It is the lash of divine purpose.
Cal, that is literally, you could say that literally every day for the rest of his life. Justin, you need me badly, and you almost died from being dumb.
Shut up.
Brilliant retort. Um,
Don't make me hit you with my lash of divine purpose.
Cal, you might want to rephrase that last part of that last sentence. I don't want to. If inter-party conflict is one thing, but pounding one another
Pound
is
tower
also
time.
something.
I will
Um,
not be in a shadow production, no matter how much he offers me, bro. Just saying.
that would be one production I
Pound
could
tower time.
almost see happening.
No.
So gross, but still
Yeah.
funny. Still funny as hell.
Shadractica Studios will never have me as an employee in front or behind the camera.
No, because he's secretly an investor, right?
I don't care. I get dividends. That's a different story.
So gross.
Uh,
But yeah, it's not quite yet Friday. Thank you, Cal. Yeah, for blackmail purposes only. I've been learning a lot from watching the Blacklist. I'm literally, when it's over, I'm going to go back and start watching it from season 1 on, or
What
maybe
you
if I
should
can
do is
find
start
the.
taking notes for scenes that you can rip off.
That's I was going to actually say that because I stumbled across a couple of videos of famous quotes from Red Reddington, and I'm
I,
like, there was one video where I was like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Some things I don't agree with, other things I absolutely do.
yeah,
Where do you watch that on?
Uh,
Ah,
Netflix.
okay.
you got.
It's literally, I would literally put it in one of in the top 10, if not the top 5 of all TV shows I've ever
I wouldn't go
watched.
that far.
I really really like bad guys that are done right and competent and not bumbling fools. And Red Reddington is easily in the top 5 of all the bad guys I've ever
Mm.
seen in my life. When it came to
Uh,
just classy,
if
charming,
Reddington in that story
brilliant.
is the bad guy, then you're straight, Shadow.
He is the bad guy.
He is he is absolutely the bad guy, and I am absolutely straight. He's a murderer. He's
Oh yeah, he's
vindictive.
the murderer. He's a murderer.
Uh,
He's vindictive. But if he was the bad guy, he would have to win because he's helping the FBI. He is a neutral party within that show.
Mm.
no, I look at it like
Do you
this.
know the FBI? I don't think you can call them the good guy.
It's like this, Crafty.
They're,
This is
they're the
literally what
good guy
I
now.
my
Got
my
Cash Patel
perception
in
of it.
charge.
It's the beginning. The very
Ooh.
first episode is either the beginning of, or at least where we come in on a very very bad guy's redemption arc.
Well,
Because he does a lot of good,
Oh, I'm not
but
denying
he does a lot.
he's a bad guy before the story, but he's not the bad guy of the story.
mm,
No, literally, because the whole premise is of him turning in the bad guys that the world didn't even know about, which I find awesome because I know exactly, and most of you guys, probably figured it out as well, that the real bad guys are guys we're never going to hear about. The worst of the worst get there because they're smart, they're competent, they've succeeded in keeping themselves out and off of the FBI's most
well,
wanted list,
they
or
do that
fame.
just by having their cousins go get a job at the FBI, or having every member of the FBI take a training course from one of their ethnic supremacy groups. ADL.
All kinds, all kinds of different kinds of corruption out there. But
What was it?
you know,
1/3 of the FBI was caught up in like sex scandals one year.
if not
Well,
CP
that
and
counts
things
as
like
sex
that,
scandals.
right? I put that in a
It is
completely different group. I
sex,
mean,
There was
and it
the
is a scandal.
there was the big one in with the Secret Service. They were like out in Colombia or something about a decade ago.
Yeah, but that was just like 5 guys and burgers and fries. It wasn't like half a department.
yeah, there's a lot of despicable people that I learned early on working at my dad's police equipment gun shop that it's not like it was in the old days, and maybe it never was, where good guys want to become good guys professionally for the sake of betterment of humanity. A lot of people go into those jobs because they know the power that lies therein, and they can manipulate it, use it to their own benefit, and be bad guys right out in the open and get away with it,
Yeah.
kind of thing, which sickens me. And
The professions
so
also
I've always had
cultivate a certain callous nature.
sure, but I mean, you could say the same thing about the medical profession. Like, look at our friend Bo. I mean, they have to, because they deal with such trauma and horrific natured situations, that they have to become callous. The graveyard humor that we hear from people like that is a coping mechanism. That's it's borderline. I mean, it wouldn't take much to take one of those people and turn them to the other side.
Mm,
And You see enough horrible stuff. Sometimes that horrible stuff doesn't go
Yep.
away.
Spader got fat and old.
Yep.
Yes, he did. He absolutely did, and uh, he wouldn't have been the same character had he
He's
not.
like 60 though.
Yeah, he's actually 7 years older
That's a
than I am.
bull-faced lie.
Oh, I don't know if I can watch that with my wife. She'll be like, "Oh no."
Dude. I used to take the bus from where I live now to Orange County to go play D&D with my buddies, and I would leave uh, and be gone like over the weekend because that way mom could be home with Jackie, and I would leave like Friday morning and go to my buddy's house and spend the night there, and we play D&D, for like 24 hours straight or whatever.
Yeah, there was
And
nothing
every
straight
time
about
I
that.
would come, every uh, every every return trip, there was this really nice black lady, and she couldn't wait to get on the bus and pull up her laptop and watch this show. And I knew what she was watching, but I didn't. He's like, okay, that's her thing. I wish I had a laptop at the time, and uh, I was watching her watch it because she was just so into it. She looked like an intelligent woman, and she's all well put together, and really a classy lady. I never got her name, and it was because of her that I'm like, you know what? When I stopped going back to hang out with my buds, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give that show a shot. I heard a lot of good things about it. I watched the first episode, and I'm just like, oh wow, this is
You
like
should check out
literally.
Alias, which was a little before that.
Uh huh.
It was a little more paranormal shit going on in the background, and the original Nikita TV series from the
Simulink.
90s.
There was another show a show I wanted to watch, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was, other than of course uh, Miami Vice, but that's for a completely different reason. Which Justin and I will have to find a time to start working on that as soon as possible, because now that I found our Tubi account and some other things, I want to get working on that.
Is that Jennifer Garner?
I don't think
Alias, I
so.
mean?
Yeah, I don't think so. I never really found her anything other than just average.
Yes, in Alias, it's Jennifer Garner. Yes,
Really,
she does the action
Really?
thing pretty well because she doesn't look fake in it because of her look, right? Because she isn't like overly. She's got the athletic look, so it doesn't look fake. Even though it is because she's
Really?
like usually in a wig, and I do try to sex her up a lot more than they should have.
Didn't she also play Electra?
Yes, that's why she got the role of Electra.
Yeah, I keep. Oh, really? Okay. Because I remember her from that, and I was just like, that's not how I pictured or remembered the comics. Which I gotta go find those because they're worth a freaking pretty penny these days. I mean, if you could find a buyer. Comics have taken just such a shit dive because of the economy and whatnot.
The economy.
Well, I mean that and what Marvel and DC Comics did to their own franchises, and uh, the advent of so many things.
Graphic novels, right?
But you
It's like the one of the best selling comics on the planet is Bones or Bone, the one about that stupid little bone guy.
yeah, yep. Well, the other thing is what I mean by the economy is just the price when you got to pay $5. Uh, God. No, it was Sheena Easton, Cal. Get it right. When it's like $5 for an average issue, you know what I mean? Because they went with the worst idea ever, which was like let's glossify everything cardboard, construction papery covers, all that higher, you know, quality item, materials for an item that was meant to be, you know,
Trash.
Well, the idea is to
kind of,
turn them
yeah,
into collector's items. Problem is a collector's
it, yeah,
is loses it.
Hmm. The thing,
yeah.
the thing that
When
killed comics the most, two things. First, dedicated comic book shops. The second they stopped being sold at the
yes,
local newsstand or whatever.
yes, you're
And
absolutely
then
right.
following that, they doubled down on it with all the variant covers
Yeah, that which is weird because the comic shops started becoming a thing in the 70s, 80s, and the variant
of the
covers was a
90s.
thing, you know, was it the 90s, late 90s? Because I wanted to say the early 2000s, but yeah, I
95.
remember I've got an
95.
autograph.
Maybe
Okay,
earlier.
I've got an autographed Chris Claremont cover of an X-Men #1, and
The thing is,
I had to pick
they
which.
would do like the one variant cover every now and then, and it made money because it was like there's only 500 of these ones and like 20,000 of those ones. But then they would do like the every single issue by like 95, 96. Every single issue would be like there are 12 variant covers, collect them all. And it's like, I don't got that money. And it's like,
No,
no.
but not only that, the other thing I found really distasteful was the overabundance of you've got to buy this issue of another comic book that you don't normally collect to find out what the rest of the story is. It was cool back in the day when you'd have
Eh,
like Thing and Spider-Man always teaming up. That was great. I loved that as a kid. Two of my favorite characters as a kid, you know. But then suddenly now I got to buy like a Green Lantern or
They
something I
want to
don't
hook you
buy
on.
to
They
get
want
the
to hook
rest
you
of
on
the
the other
story.
series as well.
Yep.
But like that
And
only
it's like,
works if you're like interested in that other character, and
mhm.
if it's a rare thing. Uh,
Yes, it
uh,
was, and we could see it, at the comic book shops, when an issue, a carryover issue or a crossover issue would sell, but then the next week or the next month there'd be a stack of that same comic book. Nobody bought that one because it wasn't mandatory. And that would go on and on and on, and it was just, it was really, to me, it was despicable, and is the sign of weak writing on, you know
it's not the writing. It
on
wasn't even
on
the writing. It was like stupid marketing ploys that piss people off.
no, I mean, because it often would carry over into a comic that was not doing well, and if the comic was doing well, there would be no need for it because it was doing well. And making me buy an issue of something that I wasn't interested, and they're hoping that I will be. That never worked. The only time that actually worked for a little while was with the whole death of Superman, and I knew going into it that having extra copies of all these extra issues would be a sound financial investment at some point. Being able to go here, look, here's the entire series, the entire saga of the death of Superman. Boom, 8 grand or whatever it's going for now. Okay, and I could do that, but I know as soon as I do that, it's going to be even. It'll go up even
Just
more,
sell
or
it,
it'll go
man. Like
down.
it's not worth looking back on that because the way things are going,
I
that
learned I
that
learned a
market
couple of.
is more likely to crash out than go up at this point.
Here's the thing, though. I learned a valuable lesson with Magic the Gathering and comic books on eBay. Don't do it. Your customer will bitch and complain, if not out and out rip you off by complaining to eBay, and the way eBay favors the customer over the seller 99 times out of 100. Fuck that. I'll sell all kinds of other stuff. Even when you say as is, no refunds, eBay will go, oh, too bad. They say they didn't get the item. I've got the tracking number right here. Says it was delivered. Well, they say they didn't get it. Why would they do that? Because they're a crook. Oh no, they couldn't possibly be a criminal. With a feedback score of 0, and they're a first-time buyer. Oh no, they'd never do that. but me with a feedback score in the thousands of nothing but
Then you
positives,
don't
and
do it
then
through
this one
eBay.
do it through a storefront where I can look the customer in the eye and go, "You happy with that? You want that? There you go. All sales are final. Have a nice day and enjoy your whatever." Squirrel, good to see you again, man. And if you don't know where the link is, it's on my Discord in the show links at the very top of my Discord. You want to come in, you're always welcome here, bro. And Cal, I'll believe that when I see it, and when I see it, it will all be spent on things that go boom. Didn't need it, didn't have it. What am I going to do with it? Invest in one of my other hobbies because I don't think it's going to happen. It's um, it would be too uh, groundbreaking, or not groundbreaking, but just it would just make too many heads explode if that happened. Because even the people who'd be pissed off at it would still have to be like, "Fuck, that's a lot of money." I mean, it is and it isn't, depending on your situation.
He doesn't want to give. He
Uh,
doesn't want to give
a lot
money
of
to the American citizen. It's going over to the Middle East.
stop.
Not the Saudis.
It can't all go there. Admittedly, some is going to go there. I don't
I'm
doubt
just
that one
saying,
bit.
you
But
guys have given them loans every year, if not every month, since 1970, and forgiven every single one of them
I
without
know,
question.
I know,
I didn't do it.
Usually,
and
in the language of the loan is this is a forgiven loan, and it's usually in the like $500 billion.
and for the record, I had no part in any of that. I don't have any
And
say where that goes.
Trump has like
Uh,
increased that.
yeah, but he's also cut massive amounts of
Not
bullshit
really.
spending. I don't know. It seems like it to me.
It's token things here or there, and since a lot of like the language used is to deliberately obscure the agencies that the things are coming from, because most people don't know the difference between the U.S. Aid Department and U.S. Aid. You know,
We'll see. We'll see. It's still early, very early. It's literally a month. And when the people I hate are complaining more than ever before, that makes me happy.
bread and circuses always makes you happy. That's what it's there for.
Well, yeah, but it's not my normal cup of bread or circuses. So it's a nice change of pace. Let's put it that way. Don't care about the rumored loot, just and the egregious fraud and theft. Yeah,
It,
um, the where a lot of that money's been going, I can't be on board with. So putting that to a stop, that sounds like a good thing to me.
if the circus was Cirque du Soleil, I'd be cool with it. Though I think Max didn't seem to like them, at least the people that work there.
What?
Yeah, I remember the other day Max is like they're like real douchebags who like work for the Cirque du Soleil.
Oh yeah. They're douchebags. That goes without question. If you could do that kind of stuff, you would be a douchebag too.
Yeah,
You're talking Mr. Max,
Max
correct?
Boy, Mr. Max. Oh,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Max Lau.
because I still, yeah, I was gonna say because I still talk to him as well. So you got to be a little bit more specific, but yeah, I can see that
I think that's how I.
because I met Max Liao long before I met Mr. Max.
Ah, I think that's how I started watching you. I was watching
Could be,
Max Liao, like 8 hour long streams on Sunday.
yeah, yeah. I miss being on his show, but it's Friday, and once I enter a game, I don't leave. Um, I've only missed one of Bo's games in over a year and a half, I want to say.
How many sessions have I
And
missed? I know it's been like 3.
yeah, I don't think it's been much more than that, if even that, or maybe it's exactly that. But
I know at least one time I just said, fucking, I want to take a nap. I'm an
yeah,
old
that's fine, dude.
motherfucker.
You don't need to.
I'm the youngest guy
Yeah,
there.
you don't need to. You don't. I assume you're going to be
Yeah.
honest. Um, why? And the other week when Armstrong met, he couldn't make it. He just literally said, I'm just
Yeah.
too tired." That's needing a nap. That's fine. If you're too tired, I'd rather you sleep than come in and you not be on the
I would
ball.
say
You know.
I could include the 2 times I fell asleep during the game and bring it up to 5.
Yeah, I
I
don't
do.
count those. I literally fell asleep in a game once myself, not even all that long ago, with Bloodworth. I made the mistake of taking my laptop downstairs, I think to charge it or something, and then I'm like, I'm going to sit on the couch. I'm going to lay on the couch. Next thing I know, I'm snoring, and they're freaking, "Hey, Shadow, wake up!" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, guys." I'm just like, "Fuck." It's embarrassing, but
I'm surprised you didn't
we're
hear
all getting
me
old.
Unity
in my
was
sleep.
muted. And just as Shadow said, as soon as Shadow said he fell asleep during a game, my thing I tried to say was, and none of his players noticed.
No,
Oh,
no, no, they noticed. I was like, fucking Jews,
really?
fucking Jews, fucking Jews. That's how I snore.
That's how you snore? Yes, we know.
Duma.
So am I like the only one painting except for
No,
Cal?
I ate potato chips.
Oh shit!
my
Look,
mother.
I'm doing CAD work.
Don't eat it, Chewy. It's not. It's
My
not
mother
edible.
picked up a halfling dog rider, and I'm painting that up for her.
okay.
Yeah,
Really? That's cool as shit.
I gotta get a halfling dog rider. I got a
I
dog
I,
for him to ride. Never.
I tried to get him into get the rider into a really dynamic pose where it looked like yeah she was standing on the dog's head on the alcohol barrel doing a shot like
What edition of like D and
short
D
of
they had the halflings where they were kind of hot looking?
risky
It was like I think it was like 3.5.
damaging it severely. I changed the head direction.
We don't got every other word crafting.
Yeah. Squirrel. I am currently working on a bunch of Reaper Drow. They call them Dark Reach or something like that. Uh, I have a feeling I may need them in the future, at least for inspiration, because I don't use minis when I play, but I want to have the miniatures are like the old expression, pictures worth 1,000 words. When I'm working on a miniature, it inspires me to at least try to make the bad guys uh, more 3D when I'm describing them and whatnot. Although I probably should use Night Cafe AI imaging to start drawing up some drow in the off chance that the players meet them. No spoilers, but
Exterminate them all.
Drow on the high.
yeah, they occasionally make landfall. In which case,
They eat
uh,
everybody.
there's critters.
You-
Yeah, I mean most of the games, even though it's a high seas game, most of the games are on the land.
Yeah, well, I'm referring more to the fact that I would presume you're not playing with the rule where Drow can't be in direct sunlight.
Uh, it's like this.
But a huge misnomer that slips didn't sail at night. They ate at night, one crew during the week during the day. If the Drow don't have a
Yeah, yeah,
problem,
yeah.
unless the Drow don't have a problem with
Here's
sunlight, they're going to get nowhere fast.
Um,
Well, yeah, but it could also be that the players, for some reason are underground. But the other thing
they're
is
all
like even with
Muslim women.
vampires, right? No.
Drow burkas.
Except for those fish that are blind, born blind in caverns and things like that. There aren't a crap ton of creatures, that are warm blooded that can't go out in either. Nothing really has like, oh, son, nothing like that in nature really exists.
Uh,
And even with vampires, I've seen enough vampire stories where vampires are out in the daylight for various plot armory
First-
reasons. We had a really simple one.
you are aware that the very first, what is considered the first true vampire story, Dracula, is not affected, not his natural time.
I want a question for this. I put something in the chat there. Is this Yellowface?
Who is
Jennifer
it?
Garner. It's from Alias.
Je-
She doesn't. The
Jennifer
background
what?
looks yellow, but she looks white. And if you mean by
I
appropriating
don't care
another
about that shit.
culture,
I'm just like
I,
thinking the like blackface joke, but with yellow.
And
'cause
that
it's like Asian.
that's a woman.
I don't think they're. Here's the thing: if it's done in a derogatory or insulting
It
manner,
doesn't matter.
it is. It is by its very nature derogatory and insulting, and probably poor taste and low class. Okay, but if you're doing it because of an
Well,
appreciation
she's in
or
disguise to
depiction,
do the acupuncture and poison someone. I think.
that's not
No,
that's not
I don't care about the
appropriation.
appropriation thing. I want to know is it Yellowface because that doesn't
Well,
matter with that.
well, if she's trying to look like a geisha, then they started it.
Okay, I like that. I
What if
like
it's
that.
like an-
They
what if
started.
it's
They
Mickey
started
Rooney
because
and,
they're in whiteface.
Anybody
Right.
hear what I said earlier?
No,
No.
Because I take one
Chicks.
look at that and it's like, that's a woman. That looks like a femboy.
no, it's Jennifer Garner. She's just got.
I wouldn't know.
Uh,
And would it be bad? Is the Mickey Rooney?
Like,
we lost you again. Here. This is what she looks like without the makeup.
seems like my
Must-
talk.
Yeah, that's what she looks like without the makeup.
Let me blow that up because it's really dark. She's not unattractive. She's just honestly rather
Yeah.
plain.
Yeah, that
She's
like
like-
that she looks fine. But with the gay, like a
I always think that anime was just like the drawing Westerners the whole time.
Yeah. There's a lot of Westerners.
But but like everyone is a Westerner in most of them.
No,
Unless
no,
it's like
no.
because they got round eyes like us and they got blonde hair and all these things. And it's like
Oh yeah, the blonde hair ones are but like whenever they got black
Like
or
Sailor
purple
Moon or
hair, that's yeah, Sailor Moon's like a white chick.
I kind of wondered about that too, George. For a group of people that can be incredibly racist towards certain groups, they didn't, seem to do that toward other groups. Mostly white people. They never, seem to have problems with that. Go into the anime world and try to, count the number of black characters, and you'll find
12.
there aren't that many.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what?
the Dragon Ball Z
do you
guy.
know what? Do you know what your army did with the Japanese after World War II?
Probably horrible things.
They shipped over a bunch of black guys and let them rape. And every time the Japanese tried to stop it, they would shoot them.
I don't know who was in charge of that, but I'm
Uh,
certain they're in a very toasty spot right now.
I
Yeah.
don't have near
I personally,
this level of
I don't feel any guilt toward things I had nothing to do with.
I'm just
So
saying like that. That's the kind of shit that was going on.
humans have done horrible things You know, if we're going to start pointing fingers, we should just go grab a mirror first.
And hold it and hold it up
Everybody
to
I've
the
ever
nearest
met,
Israeli.
everybody I've met is capable of things. Depending on who's looking, could be deemed horrific. Not saying you guys are all awful people, but I guarantee there's somebody out there for
I
every person
haven't
out there. There's
killed
somebody out
20
there.
people. Just saying.
Okay.
19. This is good.
So the 18 or 19 that you have buried, they probably think you're a bad guy.
Yeah, they deserve
You
it.
know,
Bye,
it's like every time somebody, it's like every time every couple breaks up, you know, at least one person is painting the other in a light that is
Mhm.
unrealistic. And I've just come to, basically just tune that shit out when it comes to everybody, except the people I know personally. It's like, yeah, so what? What can I do about it? Does it affect me? Is there anything I can do to make it better? Probably not on all answers. When I can get involved and do some good, I'm going to try. When I can't, I'm just going to, go about my business and hope, you know, things get better.
Yeah.
I can't be everywhere. Just because I've been around forever doesn't mean I can be everywhere.
Yeah. But you're still working on it.
Yeah, I don't get out as much as I used to because when I do, I'm like, oh God, I cannot wait to get back home.
Look at it this way. Once the time machine is invented, with your immortality, you can go back to the events you missed. You can like go back to day one and stand next to yourself. Then you can go back to day one again and stand next to that version of yourself until you've covered the entire Earth. And because you're there perpetually in multi incidences, you will literally be in all places at once at all times.
I am the Kwisatz Haderach. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but the gay version.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You're the
Oh,
gay
dear.
Zad Haderach.
What the fuck am I looking
The Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, you're Timothy Chalamet.
No
at?
Kyle
Do
McLaughlin.
you ever look at a miniature and go, "What the fuck? Where is their leg or their
All
arm?
the
Or
fucking
what the
time.
hell are they doing?"
What the hell is this supposed to be?
Oh my God! These minis, these dark elves are really nice, but I'm like,
I've had to
where
go
the
in on some things and just been like, okay, I need to sculpt in the part that the mold wouldn't let the sculptor put in here. This
My penis.
this pouch needs a little bit of relief. It shouldn't just like be part of the leg. Or is it supposed to be a tumor? It's a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
Uh,
Just
We're a bunch of nerds. Every time we hear the word tumor, we think Arnold.
It's
Not
not
a
a tumor. No, I think of a like 8-year-old boy that was mocking Arnold because I'm not gay.
I was watching one little clip like it was.
Okay, you've become the new crafting.
Uh-oh.
That's
How
better.
about now?
Yeah, much
Repeat
better.
that last paragraph.
Yeah, whatever you were doing,
Yeah.
don't do that again. I will dock your pay.
In potato
Oh, good.
chips.
And potato chips.
Oh no.
I know, right?
Frito Lays.
So what did you say,
So you
Yeah,
guys,
George? Repeat your
yeah.
previous statement.
oh, oh, I was watching an Arnold clip, but you guys talking about the whole like Blue Oyster Cult veteran of the psychic war stuff?
Yeah.
Got me into rewatching the what do you call
Heavy
that?
metal?
Scanner
Oh,
Darkly.
Scanner Darkly.
Yeah, I couldn't find the audiobook. I know there's one with Paul Giamatti doing it, and I just can't find it. I may have downloaded it somewhere, but
Okay. Arr, matey.
yeah,
I don't think I've seen that one.
It wasn't called a Scanner
Yeah,
Darkly,
oh,
was it?
good.
It was based.
I think that I think the book is called Scanner
It's a
Darkly.
short story, no? A Scanner Darkly?
Yeah. It's short for Dick. It's short Dick.
Uh,
Yeah, that's the one they turned to a movie like in like two.
6,
It was
yeah.
with the rotoscoping thing they did with the keyframers.
Yeah.
They kind of it's pretty cool, but like they got all these big actors, and then he just like painted over them. It was kind of like, why would you do that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be trippy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more of a distraction than a trip.
You could still tell it was who they
Yeah.
all are.
I'm gonna
And
go with Blackwash.
Robert Downey Jr. was pretty good in it.
Rated R for drugs and sexual content.
Yeah, there was some nudity at the end.
Not that you could tell.
That was funny. I noticed that when I was watching the Blacklist, that it had the warnings, and one of them was like foul language or something to that
Yeah.
effect, and I'm like, when and where? I literally never heard the F word or the S
Yeah,
word.
they
In
count
the,
like shit and butt and ass and
no, I didn't hear any of those
damn.
words.
They can't consider damn.
I'm like, really, damn.
Yeah, it's on the law.
I mean, I was there when Mash had
For a
to
fact, one
put a
time he
warning.
said,
There was going to be a
well, I know there's one point that Reddington called somebody a cocksucker.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember that. I'm gonna go watch the whole series again, so I'll try to remember that, but probably won't. But I was just like, I mean, even the gore was like, there was a couple torture scenes. Okay, fine, you know, but there was nothing, you know. I don't know. It was just really.
Yeah. George,
Yeah,
you got
you'd be amazed.
BitTorrent?
I got to upload it, but yeah, I can do that.
Oh,
I'll send you a link to.
I used to have
I'll chat out.
torrent.
Sorry, Xnard, I missed your last two comments. Was that too racist of a comment, or just strong opinion about a genre? I don't know what you're referring to. I've enjoyed a lot of anime over the
Thanks, man.
years, just not that much lately. My favorite is probably, I want to say, Cowboy Bebop, but Ed annoyed the crap out of me. Just like, not only that, but it just seemed like uh, you're traveling around space with somebody else's kid. Don't you think maybe you ought to bring her home by now?
Well, you talking Cowboy Bebop?
Maybe she was over 18. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they just didn't give a shit.
I hated how that ended.
Or judging by those characters, they kept getting distracted.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another possibility. But
It's
I
just-
hated how the story
Yeah,
with the
you
kid
said-
ended.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Elvis.
I didn't
other
watch every
person
episode, so
And
I
the
don't know.
father,
There's only 20 of them.
a little bit of a spoiler. They see
Yeah.
they find her father, and I don't care what the backstory of how they got separated. His reaction is, "Oh, hey, my daughter." Not, "Oh my God, I got to see my daughter again." No, he was still more concerned about his fucking research. I was like, "No, you are not getting this
Yeah,
girl
I
back
think I
if
remember
that's how
that.
you're going to act, you motherfucker."
Okay, bro, it's exaggerated because it's a cartoon. I know you got the tism, but I'm telling you that there's like it's exaggerated. The whole show is to the nines on emotional,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Over and under?
over and under. It's like nothing is dead on spot.
So basically, it was supposed to piss you off.
Yeah, like that's the point. Like the whole like you clueless asshole was the point you're supposed to get from that. And because of this the art style of anime, it was done to the exaggeration. So like an 8-year-old could figure it out. Also, it was a bad storyline. but all the characters involved in that storyline could be cut from the show, and it would be better. The stupid dog,
My
the
parents, don't tell my
stupid
parents that. They
kid,
loved that show.
the stupid old man could be cut, and the show would be better. Did you
Son
spill
of a...
paint? Did
No,
you stab your?
nope.
Did you stab your leg?
No.
Fuck. One of them
No,
stabs
No. I'm painting this miniature, and I gave it a really light. I'm doing like a ghoul or a white or something, and I went and I hit it with this really like pastel blue for the skin tone, and then I'm like, should I do the blue wash or should I do the black wash? I went with the black wash. It looks like crap, and then I dropped it, and its arm broke off.
I hate when that happens.
So
somebody.
Yeah.
So now I got to wait till it dries before I can glue it back, and then I have to start all
there was
over, or do a really heavy dry brush.
Miniature I went to sell. I dropped it, and dear God, it shattered. I dropped it again, and it shattered again. Luckily, I warned the guy beforehand that I accidentally broke it. He asked, "Does the seam line's obvious?" I said, "No." Send it to me anyway. And he still gave me a good review despite the fact they were broken.
Metal.
So
that's one of the reasons I still like metal, is because when it does break, it just breaks along the glue line. You just put it back. Because I've worked with every thing from brass to lead and other kinds of metals and resin and plastics and silocast stuff and things like that. And
in Reckless Rants, I put some layer coconut fiber terrarium layer. Very nice. It would. You wouldn't just want to place it by itself on a miniature base, but you can place that and then put some more texture on it, and it makes it'll make a really good base. Or you could tear it up and use it for little strings.
All right, I'll check it out after the show.
Before we go on, someone mentioned a white shadow, so I have to post this shirt link.
Okay.
Just because I think more people need to wear white power t-shirts. It's a picture of a white from Conan Exiles with the word power written across it.
I didn't know that. Is that an animated movie, Squirrel? Because I may just have to like buy it because it's so hard to find.
There are
just to watch it,
and
if it's cheap enough. But I knew there was they were just saying 20 or so episodes, but I didn't know there was I'm guessing it's like a 2-hour movie in between.
You could skip the Cowboy Bebop film. It takes place, I think it's between the last 2 episodes or maybe the first 2. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Squirrel could probably tell you what specific episodes it takes place in, but it's very emo. It's got to do with what was his name? Spike Spiegel.
I'm actually wearing my Hungar shirt right now. Yeah, to be honest, the only character I actually liked was Spike in the show. The other guy was, kind of
his Spike Spiegel's like stepbrother from when he was in the mob. He's like actually behind a lot of the stuff in the show or whatever, like in the shadows or whatever.
And that's how it kind of ends.
And they have like a gunfight in a tower, and it's really stupid. That is okay. Elvis and Einstein or whatever their fucking names were, second worst storyline in that.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking emo goth freaking tower gunfight shit. Cut that too.
There's another. It had a technology all up into the same universe, and they had the most coveted type of spaceship was, at least for individuals, was a grapple ship. It was a ship literally with arms. They get into grapple fights with
uh,
other
That's
ships.
retarded.
yeah.
That's retarded. And I say that having put that in one of my war games, grapple ships like that, because at those speeds it would be ridiculous, and no one's going to sit still for
Shadow, you
that.
face palmed to this shirt when I told you. Pull this up. I want you to look at it.
Okay.
Your spaceship
No,
can go
not the
around and
link.
hug
The thing
people.
on the side there.
Oh, sorry. I stepped away and didn't see
Yeah,
or
yeah,
hear
yeah. You're
because I
you're
was getting
saying that's
water.
not esoterically funny.
Um, the image is actually I
It
honestly, if I was
it's
going
what
to
they
do
look
that,
like in Conan Exiles.
okay, because when I think of whites, I always think of the original Monster
Yeah.
Manual image, where they have this really like sort of shaggy dark hair, and it's a very distinct look, and it's always stuck
They're
with me in my mind because that was the first time I ever encountered
they're
that word.
wearing in Conan Exiles. They're wearing Sumerian helmets. So I think
Oh,
it's
okay.
Sumerian.
It looked like a slee stack to me.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say. They look more slee stacky, but slee stacks were awesome. I mean, they
Slee
really
stacks
were.
are.
You know, I can say that knowing that I can see how a lot of people would think that they were like inferior or goofy, but believe it or not, those big wide eyes was actually creepy as
Mhm.
shit, and the hissing and even their slow nature was still
Yeah,
kind
like
of
a zombie.
creepy.
Remember when
Sorry.
they met that guy that was eating them?
Yeah.
It's like old timer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just put
Enoch.
it back up. You double
Why does
clicked.
that do that?
It happens.
Okay. Yeah, and when it comes to my favorite like anime look, it was Trigun. I
Trigon.
love that whole Western
Well,
aesthetic to it. But the story, and every time the main character would do that chibi shit, I'm just like, you just fucking killed everything I liked about this show or this
yeah.
episode when you do that crap.
I fucking hate.
It's
Like
like,
I couldn't get into it. It was too goofy. Like all the versions of it because they remade it a couple of times. And I could not get into Trigon for the life of me. Um,
I would literally usually watch it with the volume off and just watch it, and make up my own story in my head, for my sci-fi western ideas, because the character would do that stupid freaking thing with his, it's just like, what? This guy's supposed to be a badass. Do you know how much better? Uh,
there was one. There was
uh,
one. Not Trigon. There's like Spiral something.
mhm.
And if you could find it, it's worth it. Worth watching. Like there's this. Everyone's living underground, and they're like digging tunnels, and this guy and his little brother are digging, and they find like these sunglasses, and then they find like this big giant star robot, and then there's like mech combats, and like they got to use like these
Really?
spirals that like go clockwise, and they're like fighting the anti-spiral that goes counterclockwise, and the anti-spiral is preventing everyone from living on the surface of the earth. It's really fucked up.
I did not catch most of that because my connection went
Yeah,
funky.
yeah, and I figured that was what you were talking about, Xnard.
What the fuck?
I that's one of the things that holds me back from anime is them resorting to or reverting to that whole chibi
Yeah.
nonsense. Every single anime I've ever watched, if they never did that, it would make it like twice as good, if not 10 times better, by not doing that. And when they do it, for me, it just ruins it. It's like, couldn't you just actually write humor write a joke, not show me some sort of, Keystone Cops, Three Stooges kind of nonsense with the animating, and telling me, oh, I should feel sad with the little teardrop or the giant teardrop or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't need that. I can figure it out, and if I can't figure it out, maybe next episode
I
I'll
love
figure it out.
the my nose is bleeding now, so that means I got a boner.
Yeah, I've never seen that, and if I
Oh,
did,
that happens in
oh,
Trigon. Like if you ever see where they've just got like the two blood spurts coming out like this because they saw a pretty girl, that means they got a boner.
that's really gross. If there's any blood involved in your relations, uh, and Angelina Jolie is not in the picture, you're doing something incredibly
Well,
wrong.
for Angelina
Well,
Jolie and blood to be involved, you'd have to be her brother.
Or
well,
Brad Pitt, I
and
guess.
the nosebleed is supposed to represent that the woman is so hot you're through the
Yeah,
roof. So
yeah.
your
That
nose.
Your blood's
again, if
boiling.
that's the
It's
case,
just not like
I have never.
or like there'll be a symbol.
I've met a lot of
Yeah.
beautiful women, and I have never once worried about getting a nosebleed.
Yeah. It's like an overreaction. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty
And
freaking
usually
over
the
the top.
character's like a
And if
super
that's
nerd or whatever.
right, I have no experience with any of that,
Yeah.
so it's like, come on, it's really weird because uh, the only thing that distinguishes a nerd in a lot of their uh, video culture is the way the person
Yeah.
dresses and maybe acts. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And they'll do the stereotypical high water, pants, the band aid over the glasses for the nose bridge, which I literally have only seen like once in my lifetime in the real world. Um,
And it was you.
it's just okay. No, that's just weak sauce.
Hey man, I'm trying to diversify. I told these guys I'm looking for better material than just gay stuff. Never gonna retire the gay stuff, but
Yeah,
I need some more stuff to attack you with now.
yeah, there's plenty to work with,
Yeah, but I have to look for
No,
it. The gay stuff's already there.
yeah, stop being lazy.
What the
you know.
fuck have you met me?
Yeah, I know. I've met you. You are incredibly lazy. You're not lazier than me, but you are incredibly lazy.
Are you sure about that?
I'm the guy
Isn't that
who's too lazy to reach up to the package of napkins because I'd have to open the package of napkins. So I just said, "Fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow."
What?
There was we get those big packages of napkins, and I needed a napkin for something. I forget what, and then I looked up at the cabinet where I knew the napkins were, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, they're not opened. I'll just do it tomorrow."
George, you should just say that out loud, George. You don't need to write that in the
nobody else.
chat.
Yeah, you gotta share with the audience. They want to hear how you're doing, and drying your hands on the dog is fucking hysterical because I've done it.
I did it this afternoon.
I don't even know where my dog is. He's usually like right here. Like, no, that's you're doing something else if that's happening. I'm just saying.
You also don't.
Okay, Dr.
Yeah, no, I do.
Roboto, you need to start taking your carrot supplements because your eyes are also going to go if you keep doing that.
Carrot supplements.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, if there's
what I was getting at.
There was way too much fat on that joke. Just saying.
I know you like them thick.
Carrots? Why? I'm just gonna cut them up and do a little, matchstick, like
Okay, we
edibles.
all know you prefer cucumbers.
No. You know what's weird? I love the smell of cucumbers, and I like pickles, but I can't eat a cucumber.
Who said anything about eating? You take them as a suppository.
Dude, that is so foul. And every time I hear stuff like that, I'm reminded of I had this ex, right? And I had to go on a drive, like a long drive with her dad. And I don't know. I mean, this guy was like stiff, right? I mean, he was like a military guy, just full freaking, stiff, right? And he literally, we're sitting in this truck, we're driving, and we've been driving, and I forget what we were talking about, and he literally told me that, he had once or twice, I don't know how many times, something along the lines of, I'm not afraid to, take some vegetables into the bedroom with the wife, my ex girlfriend's mom, and he was not her dad, so he was the stepdad or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just like,
Too
dude,
much.
whoa, okay. One, if I ever, and I didn't like the guy, were to ever repeat that around those people, so many people would be in trouble, including myself, of course, because it's something you don't do. And I haven't spoken to this person in 30 plus years, so whatever. Um, but I'm just like, yeah, dude, why would you ever share that information with anybody? Don't you realize how that makes you sound? Not just in the inadequacy department, but in the, oh my God, you two are fucking disgusting. Like the joke I told a week or two ago. Just fucking
I don't
gross.
remember the joke you told.
Remember I told it after the show
No.
about the carrots and the onions?
Oh.
Raven was there.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Different, different context, but this was worse, in my opinion, because it was real and fuck. I mean, just fucking gross. Just drying your hands on the dog. Go for it. Hey, Travis, long time no see, man. It's like you pop in like once every 6 months, man. You ought to be here every show. Um, was there ever a time when she wasn't non-binary, Maleficent character cartoon question mark?
Who?
She Maleficent. I never ever once thought she was anything other than straight. You know what I mean? Just a normal, just evil
Yeah.
bitch. Wasn't that enough?
Yeah.
Wasn't I mean? Same with,
Like she had no sexuality in the original Wizard of Oz.
you mean Snow White or
Maleficent.
Sleeping Beauty? Wasn't she in
Sleeping
Sleeping
Beauty.
Beauty?
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty. Sorry.
That's what I
I'm
thought.
thinking. I'm
It's
thinking of
the
the
same
Wicked
thing,
Witch.
Wait,
right? The same thing with Cruella
Yeah.
de Vil. I never once thought, and even the first time I did see 101 Dalmatians, I was dating a chick who had a girlfriend. I never once thought, oh my gosh, she's probably like that too.
Yeah.
Never thought that about any
The
Disney
best you get with
character.
Cruella de Vil is like an old maid, right? Because she's like
Yeah,
single. And like the movie they made a couple of years ago with uh
Not Angelica Houston.
the redhead
Got the name. She was in
but
Sophie's Choice. Was
no, the movie they made a few years ago was with
oh yeah, my
uh,
kids watch that.
fuck she's in Easy A, Zombieland.
did she also play Rogue in one of the X-Men
No,
movies?
she
Okay.
was the blonde girl in one of the Spider-Man movies. Yeah, she
Gwen
played
Stacy.
Gwen Stacy in the second Spider-Man series. Emma Stone. Emma Stone.
Oh,
This is like 4 years ago, and it was like
yeah.
that movie was like pretty good, but they slapped the the Cruella de Vil onto it, which made it crap. Like it would have been a great standalone film. It's like Highlander 2. If it wasn't a Highlander film, everyone would love it. But it was a Highlander film,
Mhm.
so it was bad. You know, like that's the only thing that makes Highlander 2 bad is that it's a Highlander film.
I can see that. And Travis, good luck with that. Let us know when you are successful in that endeavor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just
Angelina Jolie, like 20 years ago, yes. Angelina Jolie today is like, do you want a chick that's had a double breastectomy? Whatever that fucking thing is, where they cut their tits off. Yeah,
mastectomy.
like, and not to mention that she's even without that kind of dried up and old and
Who?
Angelina Jolie.
Oh, I didn't know that happened to her as well. Like when you said that, my brain instantly went to Laura Ingraham, and I'm like, I mean, if you're married to someone who has to go through that, them's the breaks. You're stuck with it. You don't have a choice.
Oh,
You
I
know what I
just
mean?
actually read it. I actually just read the comment.
I don't think even Brad Pitt
Uh,
was prime, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. She always came across as creepy, even in one movie I wanted to like, which was the Tomb Raider. It was just like literally this part could be played by anybody.
yeah,
Why her and
she
why
had
getting
just a
so
little
much
bit of
work?
name recognition, and that they were able to like sell it because of that.
Angelina Jolie
Yeah,
was
but I don't know how they got.
in the Tomb Raider only because of her tits.
No, because they had to pad them. They had to
I don't
pad
believe
them.
it.
They made her boobs twice the size as they are in real life for the first one.
Yeah.
Um,
I honestly thought it was actually her
yeah,
mouth.
yeah. Oh, that
The
mouth
structure of her
was.
lips is the only thing I could see. Like, oh, I can see why they did that.
She was very
Otherwise,
attractive. Like in before that, right? Like 5 years earlier, she was like fairly good looking, but she went down pretty
to me,
fast.
to me, she always came across as one of those women that just always wears way too much fucking makeup,
Yeah,
and I absolutely fucking despise makeup to begin with. So wearing too
there
much
were a
is
few
like,
things that she
uh,
didn't wear a lot in. Um,
that whole Tammy Faye
yeah,
Baker kind of image just comes screaming into my head.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's the
yeah.
color eyeliner, right? Like the blue or pink eyeliner, not eyeliner, mascara.
No, it's literally the fucking paint on their entire fucking face
Yeah,
that drives me fucking batty.
yeah.
If you got to wear like the foundation and all that other shit and build up your face, eventually that
Yeah,
shit's gonna
I
come
didn't
off.
get that. I
Or
didn't
at
get
least
that
most of
appearance from her in Hackers or Foxfire or
Well, see, that's the problem with
Cyber.
makeup that's done right or well.
You can
You don't
tell you
notice
can
it.
tell.
In person, absolutely,
Yeah,
100%. On camera, it's
there
hard.
there were like the subtle imperfections of skin. You could see like if you got foundation on, you don't see like the little freckles and shit like that or the little pore
Mhm.
divots unless it's like really
Yeah,
caked in.
that's the worst. That's the worst because to me, I'm thinking, okay, you're putting spackle on your face to cover up the dings and
Like,
nicks. Okay, so either those dings and nicks are going to become infected or whatever you want to call it because you never get it all out. I don't care what you
Yeah,
say. It's kind of like the belly button, and um, at some point, you're just going to be fucking,
crater fuzz.
doing it more.
Yeah.
It's just like,
man,
no,
it's like
no.
that scene in 1984 with the prostitute where it's like the makeup was so caked on it was cracking.
Oh yeah.
That would be scary.
Or God forbid, she actually, like sweats or cries, and then you've got the freaking just the nightmarish freaking, Harley
Well, yeah.
Quinn look
Oh.
going on.
I think
Fuck.
what would be scarier is if you're making out with a woman and all of a sudden her face cracks. Oh God, what the fuck are you?
Just
undead,
Yeah.
most likely. Like that movie, Death Becomes
Oh,
Her.
that was so bad.
what was that movie with like Jack Nicholson where he's like the devil and they're like these three witches and she just had like a hole through her.
Witches,
Yeah.
Witches of Eastwick.
Which is a Eastwick. No. Death Becomes
That was
Her
a good
is the
movie.
one with the hole through her.
And their body parts falling off and shit.
Those
Yeah,
movies.
That was Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis and what's her name, Goldie Hawn, and I forget the other woman.
I'll look it up because it's right there too.
Mhm.
Death Becomes Her. 92. Meryl Streep.
It wasn't she in Sophie's Choice.
Yeah.
That's the woman I was thinking of earlier,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's right there on the top.
Although I will say this, when Angelica Houston played Morticia Adams, that makeup job was acceptable because that was like freaking on point. Trying to be what was her name? Adams. Her last name
Morticia.
was Adams, not Adams. The original actress Jones. Excuse me, Jones.
Hmm.
I forget the actress who played the original Morticia. That was going for a very specific, goth look
Adam's
before
Family.
goth was a thing. And she
Yeah.
did a really good job playing Morticia.
She was in Ice Pirates. I think that's her first role.
Angelica Houston?
Yeah.
Really? I could have swore she'd done
She-
like a million other things prior to that.
She she's like one of the like kind of like that female assassin looking pirate.
Really? I gotta go watch that freaking
Yeah.
movie.
Angelica.
Space herpes.
Yeah, Ice Pirates, isn't that on? That's on Tubi, right? So
Okay. And as you should, Prime. All everything you just said is absolutely on point, dude.
Yeah. Maybe a future Traveler game we could do Ice Pirates.
Yeah, I have been thinking about the next game after this one, because there've been a lot of people asking if they could, get in on this one, and I'm like, no,
you don't got the
I
spaces. There's
I
only
think
like 5 players maximum you could have at any time.
right,
Ice
and
Pirates.
even with like alternating omen and crafting, if we have to do that, I really don't.
I'm not saying drop me out of
want
this
more
one,
than
but
5 players.
if you want to, oh god, no wonder that hurt. If to say certain other people in, you can drop me for the next game.
Yeah. Same for me.
No, I know you won't be here this.
No,
this
I mean the next
game,
Traveler
next
game.
cycle.
Oh, well, that's entirely up to you guys. If you guys are having fun and you want to do another one or even something else, then that's what we'll do. I know you and Omen both have, alternating schedules and stuff, so that's kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, I didn't really want Chili. No,
Well, you know my
Go on.
opinion. I say we do this until it's run its course, and then we pick a different game, and then do that for 4 or 5 sessions or whatever. Less world building though. We don't
Because
need
there's
another 6 months of world building session.
no, because if I do Traveler, I'll just come back to this world.
No. I mean for the next
since
game
we did work
or whatever. Yeah.
Right. The next thing, because there are some other things I wouldn't mind trying out, but at the same time, I don't want to be that guy who's always like, "Oh, let's play this new game or this old game or whatever." I do like, some brand loyalty every once in a while.
But for the Thursday night
if
show,
I find something,
whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can make it on Saturday because
Or sorry.
Here's the thing, George. I'll just tell you right now. Depending on exactly who shows up, because like Raven, she's got to leave at a certain time because she wants to go to Nathan's silly show, which I get that. But So if if she's gonna be like leaving like early-ish, before the first full 2 hours, anyways, I'll probably do her little thing, you know, early, and if you come in late, that's
Cool.
fine, because even if it's only you and me at the end, and it's like after the 2 hour mark, I'm
Cool.
okay with
All right.
that, because there is going to be a point where it's going to be like a focus on your character, each and every one of you in the game. There's going to be a section where I have to focus on your character only, not as like the round robin around, the group, for obvious reasons when that happens, and I can work it into whoever's there at that moment. Uh,
Yeah.
so
Cool. Ice Pirates is not on Tubi. It used to be though, so it's kind of annoying.
I could probably just buy it on DVD for 10
Yeah,
bucks.
but
Tubi's
like
weird.
you can watch it for free.
Right, but if it's that good,
It's like a camp masterpiece. It's got a lot of little. It's got
see,
little sections of like that is fucking ridiculous. I love this, and then there's like this is kind of stupid. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. This is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
That's
take care,
fucking
Travis.
hilarious. Space
Good seeing you again,
herpes.
bro.
Yeah. The robots
Yeah,
fighting was hilarious. I just the way they had a little.
Oh, and they are so guys in cardboard boxes too.
see stuff like that I can actually fully get behind. Not only that, because I really feel like 20 or 30 years down the road, the landscape of what's available is either going to be everything is available for free, 24/7 on demand,
Yeah.
no problem, or it's going to be a completely desolate landscape where you can only watch what they want you to watch,
I'm telling you, man.
depending
If
on
I
which.
had a warehouse, like a fucking warehouse, that I could just like build whatever I want in, and like a decent camera and 5 or 6 people, I'd be making shit like that. I'd make my
Oh, I thought you were doing something completely
well,
different.
you need like studio space, right? And it's like you can do that in a decent warehouse.
No, I wasn't thinking porn. I was literally thinking making a theater so you could just
Well,
sit and watch this kind of crappy shit. But making it,
I got a
that would be
75-inch
fun.
television. It's fine. Uh, no, but yeah, I'd make the Hallmark movies for financing because that shit sells, and
Yeah,
like
but okay,
you get like 5 actors and a house somewhere in the suburbs,
that's
and
what I was going to say.
uh,
You're in Canada where it's already
yeah.
done. Why would you need to, anything other than
Well,
the
you get a
camera?
camera, 5 actors in
Just
a house in the suburbs, and a weekend, and you make like
yeah,
like 5 of those movies at once. And then you take that
uh-huh.
money to finance like the props for your sci-fi flick, even though it's just a guy in a cardboard
There you go.
box.
Okay, I was hoping that's where
Yeah,
you were going, because I ran across some of these shorts with I believe they're from
yeah.
Thailand, with these they use the same like 7 actors and actresses for everything, but they're cute, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
right off the bat, I want to go and be the guy that redoes their fucking closed
Oh yeah,
captions, because over there is no her. Everybody's him
yeah,
or his, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing but girls here. What the fuck are you
yeah.
talking about? You know what I mean? And various other awful grammar
And I'm
issues. I'm
just
like,
saying, I
fuck.
would really like to Harvey Weinstein Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years.
Yeah, I can't. I don't even know what to say to
She's
that.
all grown up now.
Uh,
She's like 10 years older than me, so I'm just saying. I'm just like, I'm
I,
gonna
I
talk
know.
to my
It was just like,
rabbi, but you
where,
never working in this industry again if you don't do things to my ball sack. It's like, I'm Winnie Cooper, you fucking bitch. You can't do that to me. It's like, I tried.
I okay.
Well, you know,
You do you, bro.
my
Um,
childhood
uh,
crush.
Yeah, I know. I've had a few, but I've also like seen them decades later and went,
Well,
"Whoa, dodge that bullet!"
uh,
You know.
I don't think she aged poorly though. So
Yeah,
Amy
it's
Cooper.
weird though. Like all of the girls that were like Miss Popularity, leader of the cheerleaders and all that shit.
The Wonder
Every time I
Years.
ever bumped into any one of them,
The
it
Wonder
was
Years.
like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? Just like, dear God,
Mm.
you really did peak in high school and then fucking the wall hit you at 19, didn't it?
Yeah. Danica Patrick. Fuck. Try and find the full body. She's done a whole bunch of those Wonder Year, um, uh, Hallmark card or whatever movies. Yeah.
Really? I mean, if for me, I can see uh,
Uh, Here.
wanting to be involved in something like that if it was, very, like very, very wholesome and that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because, as long as it could also be actually really funny without, resorting to like something about Mary kind of
Yeah,
humor.
no, no. Usually those are really wholesome. Like, uh, you're kind of annoying, but we should get married. The end. I put up a
What's
picture.
okay? It's like,
That's the best I can do, man.
see if I can blow it
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
Uh,
I can't even. I'm assuming
yeah,
that's
yeah,
Winnie
yeah.
Cooper or the actress,
Danica Patrick.
but it's so tiny.
I will
It's
try and
No
find
scale.
a.
She looks like
Yeah, I will try and find a bust instead of. Uh,
She was in an episode of Babylon 5.
yeah, she was bald. She was one of Malari's wives. The
No, I
one
think
that
no, she was.
the,
She was. I thought it was like a
really
Romeo and Juliet kind of situation.
oh
Where
yeah, yeah,
no.
she was the one that the one that Veer helped marry.
yeah,
Yeah,
like his
I
cousin or
put a
something.
headshot up there.
yeah, one of the best.
Because I don't know who that French woman was that played Londo's true
No, no,
love.
no.
No, she was in the woman from you're thinking about the woman from what's that island movie? What's that called? Lost. She,
Lost.
I think you're thinking of
Oh
she was the she I think eventually marries Bruce Boxleitner's character.
no, 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 not her. Not Mira Furlan. I really, she was like really kind of creepy looking to me
Mhm.
always. Even when I saw her not wearing the makeup, but
Mhm.
back in that day,
Yeah.
she's just like really weird. No, I meant the bald girl that Londo was in
No,
love
no.
with.
There were a couple
Handsome.
episodes where he's like with some bold girl.
Well, yeah,
These are
yeah, no.
first ones.
Oh no, there's one of his own kind.
The one that dies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, one of
yeah.
his own.
That Mr. Morden has killed,
Yeah.
Oh.
The best
and
episode
Londo
was
just
always
freaking freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
She had like the sweetest voice, and she was very pretty, and it's like, gee, I wonder what she would, really look like without the shaved head
Uh,
or the skinhead wig or
the
whatever.
skull cap.
I've seen
Yeah.
her in a lot of things. She's very pretty.
Because I assume that's what it was, but I don't even know her name. I just remembered that she was very pretty, and she had a very, even with the accent, which I'd never been like big on the French accent or anything. I thought she probably had to be famous from something else to get the part. Because it always seemed like they would really go out of their way to get like, big names, even if it was from another country, because like you're the perfect dude, kind of like the way Dune was. There were some people, Paul's father. I didn't know him from Adam, but I could just tell he must be famous elsewhere for having done things, and they went, yeah, that's the guy we want.
Wasn't
You
he
know what I
Das
mean?
Boat?
He could have been. I never saw it. But I just got that impression that this guy must be a big name. That's why he's here.
Yeah.
The
You talk about the 1980s movie, or you're talking about the
Yeah,
sci-fi TV show?
yeah, the
Jürgen
1980s.
Prochnow.
I remember seeing that actor in one movie from my grandmother's collection, but I could not place that movie to save my life.
But you know what I mean, right, guys?
Yeah.
They pick these actors that
Yeah.
we don't know who the frick they are, but we know that elsewhere, other countries or
They can
something.
get them.
It was kind of like
Mm.
with it was like Viggo Mortensen when he was in Prophecy. Like I didn't know who the hell he
TV
was,
show?
but I'm like, yeah,
The movie. He's the devil.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there was a show called Prophecy as well.
Yeah, no. I meant the movie.
Yeah.
It's like I knew he had to be famous from somewhere, but I had never seen him before, and I could tell he was a decent actor. And then next thing I know, he's playing freaking Aragorn. One of my childhood heroes, and I'm like, why'd they pick this guy?
Yeah. He was in
You
G.I.
know?
Jane.
Was he one of the rapists?
I don't know. I just all I know he's in it. I didn't watch it. Oh man, I didn't know. Thank you. Spoilers. Spoiled it.
Yeah, I did not like that movie. I actually
Oh
saw
no,
it
I'm
because I
thinking
was
of the
dating this
general's
girl who was in
daughter.
the
Never
Marine Corps.
mind.
Oh, okay.
I was dating this girl who was in the Marine Corps a long time ago, and she made me watch that movie, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, what are you trying to tell me?
That you're a lesbian?
No, she did have a girlfriend at one time, so I already knew that going in. But
Whenever I see Viggo Mortensen, I just think of Vigo, Vigo the Destroyer. From, he's a Vigo.
yeah, that one guy who played the twitchy guy, God, he's been
Yeah.
in everything. I mean, everything. I saw something about him once, and it was just like freaking amazing, And he was he in Boston Legal?
I
Okay,
think
so
so.
the chick from Babylon 5 is
Babylon 5?
Fabian Udio. Yeah.
That's right. I remember that name.
She was in Austin Powers.
Oh, was she a lot of vagina?
No,
That wouldn't have surprised me if she was.
no, she doesn't look anything like that actress.
Okay.
Without the makeup. Oh wait, no, yeah,
Who
yeah,
did she
that's
play
who
in-
she played. I just found her,
Called it.
but the tan, right? A lot of vagina had,
Yeah,
yeah,
she was
and
really
her
tan.
her photo, like, I will pop it up as well.
Was it the scene with the hot tub with her? How dare you fart before me?
Yeah, but I wonder what she did before that.
Summer school. Doesn't look like that's her, but like,
That's got to be like real
uh,
recent. Not real recent, but
well, yeah,
after the
like
fact.
at least 20 years.
Yeah. Because that was kind of part of the thing is that she was his, what do they call it? The romance where they use winter, summer. Like he's old, she's
May
young.
Spring or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, sport? How was your thing? You starving?
Yeah, Summer School, which was a Mark Harmon and Christy Allen vehicle. She was in that.
Okay, she must have been like a side
One of the
character
students,
or something.
probably. Because that was 1987, for fuck's sakes.
She was in an episode of Baywatch.
Oh, yeah.
You guys all looking it up for me.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I'm actually freaking painting.
Yeah, I never paint, man.
Like you used to.
So what year?
A little burnt or a little.
What years was Babylon
she,
5?
she was in a couple episodes of Quantum Leap. She was in RoboCop 2. The Sunblock woman.
Really?
She was in the commercial.
Yep.
Okay, that's weird.
PSI, love you. That was a TV show.
Okay, not familiar with it, but
Oh my god! How come it's not?
fucking hate that. You ever work with a miniature that the sand or flocking on the base, you accidentally get it into the brush
Yeah.
because it just didn't glue properly, and you find out the hard way.
That's why when
no,
I
I'm
do
not
that,
incompetent.
I take an airbrush,
You blow it off.
Yeah.
to it, and then I drive to it to get all off.
Yeah. He manhandles it a lot more than you do.
Well, I'm doing this in a carpeted room, so I don't want to get that into the carpet. I mean, I vacuum regularly, but
You're
I
doing
know some things just-
basing with sand in a carpeted room.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's very, very minor, quantities and containers of said stuff. And this one I'm using, this new stuff, I really like it. It's not, I don't know what it is. I want to say it's a byproduct of something that I got from Army Painter, but it's a flocking basing material. I'll show you
Yeah,
if I
they
can
sell it.
on my.
We'll probably trim that nail.
Here, let me show you. See that stuff?
Yep.
On the base.
I use finer.
I don't know what it is, but I really like it. It's I have various grits.
Okay. That chick was in one episode of a TV show called Living Dolls, which I'm both terrified to know what it's about and really want to watch because it's about models, but it's also a spin-off of Who's the Boss.
Oh, I thought it was that there was like a movie, TV show that who's the guy who made Buffy?
Dollhouse?
Is it Dollhouse?
Josh
Whedon.
Yeah, Dollhouse.
Yeah. That was what it was. I watched like an episode of it.
Nope,
and
I'm out.
This could be good. It could be good, but chances are, it just got Joss Whedon in a whole lot of freaking trouble.
Actually, that was the one thing. I don't want to. But like, when you learn the premise of that, like,
Yeah, I was just like thinking, this guy's got a problem, and he ain't never getting laid without
doing a Harvey Weinstein.
Pretty much.
Saying.
We know what you guys are talking about.
So what was it? They were like assassins or something, or like spies, but they were like.
No, they were just people you could rent for whatever the hell you wanted. So if you wanted to do an assassination, fine. If you wanted a sex toy for the weekend, fine.
God.
Yeah.
If you wanted someone to paint your
I mean,
Just over the weekend.
miniatures, fine.
If you wanted someone to paint your miniatures over the weekend for you and couldn't find anyone who would do it for less than $2.5 million, fine.
Right?
Yeah, I picture a nerd hiring an escort, having her paint minis.
Their army for that price.
That is a joke that has been told. Okay. Here's the deal. You want $200 an hour. I want you to paint Rogel Dawn. and then blow.
And then the next thing you know, she's all into it. She's like, "Oh my god, I want to do this. Can I come back? You know,
You'll have
this
to
is
have
fun.
sex with me.
Yeah, can I paint at the same time? You just, you know,
Some of them are putting themselves through art school.
That was the thing. My dad, before he died, was really into like going to the fucking strip club after the movies just to get a beer. Like we would go see a movie and then he'd be like, "Let's go into Fillmore's and have a fucking 40." It was like, "Are you black?" No, but you want beer? And it's like, "Sure." And the strippers would always come up to us and like, "Nah, I'm just here for a beer." And it's the one. It's like, "I'm in art school. I took 3D modeling." It's like, then why are you here? You could be making a killing selling 3D models. You must suck at it. It's like,
well, did you find out how
yeah,
much
yeah,
she's
yeah.
making
No,
there?
no, no. But
And you're
still,
like,
like if you're actually good, you could be making money doing that. Like
yeah, but
this was after 3D
the
printers already existed, so you could be selling the STLs.
yeah, but one's technically kind of work, and one isn't.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I'm
yeah, because
saying?
they get paid like $100 to do a dance on the stage, and then they get to keep everything that they make in the back room. So if they do anything in the
Yeah.
back room, watch they never did. That place was deader than
Right,
a
Shadow?
doornail.
Shadow, I put up something for you to share.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just saw that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, George.
Mm-hmm.
That's as big as I can make it.
All your miniatures are painted. All right, well, that should be good enough. Anyone's had a chance to read it.
Yeah, I think everybody's seen it except George.
Well, I did put
Thank you for
I did
taking it
put it
down.
in the reckless rants, but I wanted to show to everybody was in watching us.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't gotten much painting done lately. I never ever come up during the day to paint. The only time I really ever get to paint is when I'm also in front of a camera, and I really enjoy painting. I'm not a great painter. I'm not crappy, but I just I just don't have the time during the day.
No. I wouldn't call myself a great painter, but I
So
do have the confidence to enter a competition.
um, I I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not painting for anybody but me and Jackie. So someday he'll have a nice set of minis to fuck around with or whatever, and it is incredibly relaxing and therapeutic to be able to do something and have something to show for it. It's like, yeah, what'd you do? I did this. Most of my jobs, I worked a few construction jobs, and I had a painting firm of my own, painting houses. And but other than that, most of my paid occupations really had nothing to show for it at the end of the day. That's why I'm enjoying the writing as well. So I keep telling other folks, especially Raven, who should have been here hours ago. Um, you know, leave something behind, for posterity. Even if you never have a family of your own, the idea of being forgotten just seems horrific.
Yeah.
What now?
I was just talking about posterity and writing and doing
Things he
things that,
doesn't have to
that
worry
will
about because he'll never
outlast
be
you.
forgotten because he's never going to die.
Yeah. And besides, if he ever writes
He's the Highlander.
anything and publishes it, like he'll be remembered as the guy that wrote things that Stephen King would be too ashamed to write.
Oops.
Even no matter.
I can't. I literally can't be
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bad.
Some police officer is going to be sodomizing a 12-year-old at the library, and
God no.
12 8-year-olds are going to have a gangbang in the sewer, and it's going to be in the same novel, not separate ones. Like Stephen King did a lot of cocaine. I'm just saying.
Welcome back, George. Yeah, no. I mean, admittedly, what I meant by that was my writing, my ability to write, not what I write, can't be that bad.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Your ability to write's like absolute hot garbage.
Thanks.
You'll,
I don't think
I'm
George
just
What
likes
I
us
write
saying.
about,
anymore.
I think, though.
No, he's got full Raven. I'm just saying you can only get better.
Oh, thanks.
Buy a good computer,
I
download an AI. It'll help.
That's not writing.
It will help.
Dear God, why do I bother then?
Oh,
Don't expect George to see George come back.
I'm literally the worst in the group. If I'm literally the worst in the group, why? Um,
Uh,
I'd be better off doing
don't
something
don't
else.
expect George
no.
to come back. His said his connection's gone to shit, and he's going to eat dinner.
Okay.
Where did he say
In
that?
the
Because I missed
Discord.
it. Oh, okay. Sorry, George. We will hopefully see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I'm not so arrogant to think that everything I do is freaking
Excellent.
fantastic. But I do think I do have at least a little talent for coming up with unusual stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that isn't the same old, been there, done that kind of fiction.
Yeah.
Whereas that to me, that's what draws me into the things I read. Is I want to read something that's not, you know, just like everything else. And I know they say every story's been written, but I don't really believe that. You know, I understand technically what they mean by that because all of the plots, etc. There's only so many plots and all that. I get that, but like for example, like crafting, you're rewriting Kothar, right? Or you did, right?
Yeah. I did.
I guarantee because I haven't read it. I haven't read it yet. I guarantee it's so different as to be worthy of calling it original.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to so many other stories that we've read recently when they're trying to write Conan, but they're not writing Conan. It comes across as
Yeah.
Conan,
Yeah.
and that bums me out because Conan. Most people don't. Most people who try to write Conan actually didn't read Conan.
Yeah.
Like the movies. To me, it's like nobody, not one person on that crew read even the first Conan story.
The
I mean, I know they did.
the
I know
Arnold
they did.
movies.
Yes, I know they did, but it comes across like they didn't. They read enough to go, "Oh, big guy, strong guy, sword. Okay, we're good. Let's go." And that's not all Conan was. He was for first time or whatever, even though it's all fiction, the guy was actually pretty smart. He wasn't uh, a loud, a big lunkhead. You know what I mean? And everybody is always, having not read it, and even a lot of the people who read it didn't catch that he was, not a deep thinker, but he was
That's
smart.
why. That's why even though I don't really like the actor, he physically was he had the right tan of being outside all the time and the right hair. But the 2009 or 2007 or whatever.
You mean what the fuck is his name? The guy I
Yeah,
hate
he
so
just
much.
he just comes off as a douchebag, even if you didn't know anything about him.
What the fuck is his name? The guy who was also in
Yeah,
Stargate. Yeah, I was just talking about him earlier today to someone. I
Conan.
that's not Conan. That would be he would have been a great like friend of Conan as
No,
he
he,
is, or even
he had the right physical look. Um, Maybe a little dark, just a little. The hair was perfect. Uh,
no, the hair
that's
was
how his hair
wrong.
is described in the books, as black and
No, it's
wavy.
just he had freaking dreadlocks.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Conan never had a dreadlock. He had the Prince Valiant haircut from day one to the
No,
very
in the
end.
movie he didn't have dreadlocks. No,
He didn't. Oh, okay. Even then,
as
I will never
Ronin,
see
he had
Conan.
dreadlocks.
And in
Not in,
what was the other? Did he also have him in
uh,
Aquaman?
probably Jason Momoa. Um,
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, uh, I have always from the very earliest of beginnings, Conan has always had the freaking Prince Valiant haircut.
no,
Fucking bang straight.
um, that they just did messy. It wasn't like always clean. Like Prince Valiant would be washing his hair.
Right,
Um,
right. But no, I mean, with the straight bangs. You know what I mean? Just cut it
oh,
and I'm done. Get it out of my face.
they went. I'll pull up a picture. Um,
They went more like he's never seen a pair of
yeah,
scissors.
they
That's
they went more the rustic barbarian. Like it's the problem. I think is like the movies. The first movies, the 80 movies, gave us that like rough look where he should have been like he's always shirtless.
Yeah, see right there, I don't see
Yeah.
Conan. I see a whole bunch of other characters, but I don't see Conan. One of the things, especially growing up with all the covers and the Frazetta
Well,
artwork,
that's the problem.
and
Frazetta is why you get that. Like that's because of
The
Frazetta.
artwork
well,
never ever
uh,
looks like the
Bernie
description in the
Wrightson,
book. Even I
Yes.
know that.
And that's solely Frazetta's fault. Because he interpreted the character without Frazetta never read the books. He hated Conan.
oh shit,
Yeah.
battery dying. We've only been here 2 hours. Hold on, let me just plug her in. That's why I brought the charger up here because I was
5 minutes
really
later,
need to get
Jackie
her.
comes in. You old bastard yanks it out and takes off with it.
Yeah. You
no, he's got his own chargers now.
you really need to just like put a charging station in that room.
Well, no, that's what my charger is here.
Oh. You didn't have
Shadow,
to
Yeah.
go
by the sounds of it,
downstairs and
Shadow
have a
actually
cigarette?
brought down and bought.
No. I brought it up here when I quit smoking because I'm like I'm going to be up here. I don't want to be tempted to go downstairs and stuff. So I'm
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
haven't even-
like the clean tunic or whatever, or even a dirty one. Frazetta, man, great artist, but
Yeah.
but
But I remember
they
always
sold the
reading.
books. Those fucking pieces of art sold the books. Like I think Frazetta did a lot more.
No, but I remember I remember in the multiple descriptions of black hair, blue eyes, cropped, which I always took to mean that his hair was just cut right over the bangs, over the eyes, just one big scissor
Yeah.
cut
Well, this is that movie also
in the description
takes
by Howard.
place after he's been captured and held for a while, which happened a few times through the series.
Yeah, let's a
Yeah.
few, like at least once every
Yeah.
book.
I
I
think that
mean,
was like it
that
took
was
place between massive captures. Um, but no. Uh, yeah, the rough barbarian look that like every movie goes after is based on the Frazetta art.
yeah, because he I mean, he wore armor all the damn time. Once he even wore at least once he wore like full knightly
Yeah,
plate armor.
or at least he was wearing like a shirt or something. Um,
Yeah, because it would be stupid to think that he literally ran around in sword fights and war without freaking armor on in that era. That would just be
but
retarded.
yeah, that's solely because of the Frazetta artwork. And then what's his name? Doll.
Don't you know it's
Went
female
into that.
privilege when you don't wear armor, you don't get hit.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was
no.
this scandal over the last week in Book Talk, BookTube, BookTube.
Oh yeah, what was
One
that?
of the big lefty dudes. Uh, I guess like 4 or 5 years ago, had an affair on his girlfriend, and she just the girl just accused him of rape, and then it came out like 3 days later she was lying, like she got caught in her own lie, but still, um, Daniel Green was the guy. I fucking hate the guy because he's like a real douche. But fuck, where was I going with that? I totally spaced. There was a thing. Well,
Method to
I
your
was I was
madness.
I was bringing that up because there was something that I was going to reference to this conversation, and I totally forgot. Yeah,
Conan.
Conan, but what? There was something. Oh fuck! I totally spaced on it. Sorry, man.
It happens.
The train of
Welcome to middle
yeah, I've been
age.
doing that since I was 10.
How?
I have a shitty memory, especially when it comes to names.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's amazing. I amaze myself sometimes that I remember people that I shouldn't be able to remember because I had like no working knowledge of them. I didn't watch their movies or whatever, but I did see a lot of fucking
Well,
commercials, I guess. So
or it's
just
just your psychosis, your psychosis.
well, no, part of it's my old man. He taught me, to remember people's
Yeah,
names. Plus Norman Peele's book. It's part of it. Hey, what's up, Dean?
Dim Pao,
Uh, when you remember or use their name,
thrice.
um, it it, uh, it has an
Yes.
effect.
That's why we always call you Phil,
Thank you.
because it's your name. Even if I have to come down there with a whiteout and the teletext machine to change your birth certificate, that's what it is. That's what it is now, Phil.
No,
Okay.
that's when you find out Shadow is basically named after that one song. Can't have a weak son whose name's Sue.
Nah, that's what it is. Your name is Sue.
Yeah, no,
Suzanne.
not even close. No, but it's funny that I did name the girl in the veteran of the Psychic Wars story. Um, the guy, he's thinking about his old, flame, and I named her Susie because there are several songs of Blue Oyster Cult where the girl's
Yeah.
named Susie. It's always Susie. If she's the girl next door, it's Susie.
Yeah, I watched that stupid documentary you sent me.
Oh, you did?
I want
And
my
you
lunch
hated it?
back.
I can't do that for you. I can give you maybe the 2 hours, but the
I
rest
watched
that's
it at
on
2
you,
times
man.
speed.
You
Yeah, it
didn't
was
like
just
it?
like it was shit I already knew, or didn't really care.
For me, being a big fan
He
of
should have taken
you
that
know
stupid story idea, right? He should have taken that stupid story idea like 3 albums earlier and said to like his cousin at Shul, "I want to make a movie."
well, that literally it all actually started with the first
Yeah,
album.
no. But like before he had lost touch, he said, "Cousin Shlomi, I know you own Warner Brothers. I have a great
Yeah,
movie
maybe,
idea, and the soundtrack will be done by Blue Oyster Cult."
yeah. Uh, it was
It's about an immortal guy fucking around and doing shit, kind of like Conan and the Brady Bunch, but mashed together. I don't fucking know.
I don't think it was any of
Yeah, well,
that,
you
but
know what
yeah,
I mean, like psychedelic shit. But like,
yeah.
you put some action scenes in there, and work it, and I have plans for sequels if it does any good. We'll do it cheap out in the woods in Alberta.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Nadine, welcome to the show. Your body decided to be hungry. I'm actually getting hungry. I had a couple of hot dogs several hours
I had a
ago,
pizza
and
for
now I'm getting
lunch.
hungry again.
I had chicken enchiladas for dinner.
Shouldn't have bought it. Ooh.
That sounds good, crafting. Tomorrow we're having half-pound burgers for dinner, and I can't wait.
Half-pound
Oh, they're so
burgers.
fucking good. What's up, nerdy? Howdy, howdy.
You know what you need to do with that half-pound burger? Is make 2 of them,
Yeah.
and then like take your bun and put your special sauce on it, like your honey garlic with barbecue,
Sure.
whatever. Your lettuce, your tomato, your first burger. Then you need to put some cheese, but you got to melt it. And before it starts to harden, put some caramelized onions in there and another piece of cheese. And then put a second burger on top. And then whatever your dressing is on. And
Just make a pound burger.
yeah, just make it a pound burger.
No.
And then
one of
and
them's
then
for me. One of them's
well,
for the
no,
boys.
you make him his own pound burger. And then you skewer the whole thing with a shish kebab stick, and you batter it and deep fry it. Because everything's better deep fried.
Yes, it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Yeah, I forgot where, but they actually deep fry pizza somewhere here in America.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you deep fried a tennis shoe, it would still be
As
delicious.
long as they serve it with a cheese sauce.
Right. It's funny too because every Friday for months we were going to Burger King, right? Because we got this really good coupon that we would feed the whole family, right? And then they stopped
Oh
giving
yeah,
us those
I remember
coupons
those
for
combos.
whatever reason.
McDonald's has that on the skip the dish here. You can get the 2 Big Macs and two junior burgers, 4 fries.
Right, enough to
Yeah.
feed the whole family for like $25. It was a really good deal. And silly me, and everybody here, because Jackie really liked those burgers too, just Whoppers, but the extra cheeseburgers he'd microwave a couple of days later for lunches and stuff. And it turns out, just by making half-pound burgers with actual decent, buns and et cetera and fries at home is like super cheaper.
Yeah, so much cheaper.
So much cheaper. Unbelievable. Even making half-pound burgers.
And if you want that classic Whopper flavor, you can buy liquid smoke at the store. Just put a couple of drops on each patty.
Or I could just wait another month when it's warm enough outdoors, and I can just cook those burgers
Yeah,
on the
with some
grill.
cherry wood or whatever.
They have real smoke. Yeah.
Dean Powell, the secret to not getting diabetes is to think of these things but not actually eat them. Or at least if you eat them once and remember it, and then talk about it without eating it again. You've got diabetes
Well,
because you were doing this.
dude.
What?
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I am actually diabetes runs in my family, so I actually do need to be careful of that.
Yeah. Yeah. That is my monthly pop. I allow myself 1 2-liter bottle a week,
Oh God, one.
a day. I used to drink like 2 of those a day, man.
Oh wow.
Me
When
too.
I
Me too.
was,
Yeah. Well, not two, but
2,
one for sure.
those
maybe 2.5.
six packs of soda bottles. You at least here in America, you can buy 6 packs. They substitute for 12 cans now.
Uh for
Yeah.
for us, the 6-pack are larger than the bottles. The 6-pack bottles are
Yeah,
larger
they're
than the
larger.
normal. Yeah, they're
Okay, well,
710 milliliters instead of 500.
uh, well,
The the
you still know the
cans are
soda.
2.5,
Yeah.
205. Then the bottles, the standard bottles you get in the cooler at the store, are 500, and then the 6-pack are 710,
Yeah. Well, you
and
still
then
know
so
this
one
the soda
liter.
size I'm talking about, so you get the
Yeah.
reference. When I was at my heaviest, 300 to 310 pounds, I was drinking 2 of those bottles a day consistently.
Oh no! When those were on sale,
Well, that's why.
when those things were on sale, because you get them,
Yeah.
those 6-packs on sale for less than the 2-liter bottle, I would drink one of those packs a day.
Holy shit. No, okay, no, I've never been that bad with soda, but
I would go in when they were on sale and buy 20 of them.
oh wow.
26 packs, not 20 bottles.
Yeah.
And they were usually on sale every week, like
Oh man.
every other week or so.
I wish energy
So
drinks would be on sale more often because I've switched to
they're
sugar-free
worse
energy
for you.
drinks.
Doesn't matter. It's the other chemicals in them that are sugar activates
I've lost weight. That's
receptors.
the part.
Okay, so yeah, if you're losing
Yeah.
weight,
You,
Well,
you do even better once you're on water. I can't even imagine going back off water, and every time I think about it, it's like I just wish I would have done it sooner.
yeah,
Just plain water, whatever temperature you like it at,
I
as
rum.
still
clean
drink
as
water.
possible.
I drink water.
You just cut out. I drink water at least.
Because am I back? Am I back?
Barely.
More or less.
Try it.
I drink water intermittently when I'm drinking an energy. Well, anything besides water. Forgot regular water in my system, feeling and can easily get dehydrated. I don't pull water out of non-water things that easily. It's hard to explain, but so I
Oh.
actually have to drink water with this stuff, otherwise I start getting like
Yeah.
See, for me, I
not to
literally
mention
like
there helps.
most of my life, I literally refused to drink water. Like for decades of my life, just absolutely straight up freaking refused it,
Yeah.
and that was just fucking retarded. And now I'm the exact opposite. Hopefully, uh, I can make up for it.
Yeah, I don't
My old man was,
blame you.
he, there were only a lot. There were only a few things he could, enjoy in life. being in a wheelchair and stuff. So for him, he couldn't drink, couldn't smoke. So mind you, he did at one point, but sodas became like that big thing, and even after he passed, it was like you know just one of
Yeah,
those
I
things.
totally
And
understand that. But what
I miss it. There's a can of Squirt downstairs, and I'm like, oh god. But I can just, like Justin said, I can remember it, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
yeah,
That's pretty funny,
yeah, I
nerdy.
actually here's something really interesting, and it might not come as a big surprise, but I was such in the routine of drinking soda that for a while there, I was buying sodas and actually questioning, why am I drinking this? I'm not entirely sure I like this anymore. And then one day I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I don't think I like this anymore. I cut it off. And then about a couple months later, I decided this because my mother still drinks the same soda I did. Actually,
And he cuts off again.
I don't.
Okay, we need to start like calling you Mr. Roboto. Shadow's gay, you're Mr. Roboto.
No. He's
Not Energizer, not Duracell. He's Cat 9
It's like
battery. You know?
never readies.
Oh, did Never Ready's? Never
Never ready.
Ready's? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Never Ready's.
No, I was thinking there's this miniature, right, from a set of miniatures called Comedy Lords. Back in the day, Grenadier made these lead miniatures of humorous D&D characters. And the half elf was literally just a half of an elf.
Yeah.
Okay, and I might have the set somewhere. I don't remember. I know I had it at one point. And he's like he's literally like that guy. He's half here,
Yeah.
Um,
Max Headroom.
That's a good one too.
We gotta like
Freddy's gonna go to the or like Hollywood do.
Oh, fuck. How would we work that? Craft Headroom. Yeah. Craft Headroom. Oh.
I thought Raven was going to join us. If she doesn't get here in a couple of minutes, I'm just going to end it and call it a night and actually go finish my story.
We're 2.5
Because
hours and 3 minutes. Just call it.
yeah,
I've been up since
all right.
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So for Justin's sake and the audience's sake,
and I want to
we're
write
gonna
my
call
story too. So before I go to bed.
Yeah, because he's like got nothing. I'm 2 pages away from.
I think I might be able to
done.
like smash it out.
Oh, I know you can.
I'm a beast.
I know you can. But will it be any good?
Yeah.
Send it to me as soon as you do, because I'm going to send
The
mine over to you
document.
as soon
I
as
put
I'm
the
done.
document up last Friday. It's there. So
okay.
Look at it tomorrow. So like not in 2
Well,
hours.
Yeah,
tomorrow,
I don't want to
but
look
like
at
tomorrow afternoon.
I don't want to look at it until I'm done. Because I don't want to like
I
borrow
don't
or
care.
feel like it. I know you don't, but
I think we're doing radically different stories anyway. So
I'm certain we are. We usually do, but feel free to,
yeah.
look at it whenever you get the time. I would, if I were you, I might listen to some BOC, maybe just that album.
I've listened to it a few times. I like this. My favorite Blue Oyster Cult song.
No, but I mean
I've
other
listened to
songs is
everything
what I
they've
mean.
had.
Because that album does have a lot of stuff that
was supposed to be on the second
sci-fi.
Machino album. They were supposed to, like, a lot of those songs were supposed to be on the second Machino album in the original storyline. Because I watched that fucking documentary you sent me.
Crafting you're just in time to say
Okay.
goodnight. We're going to call it
You
here.
know, I don't have nearly this level of
Uh,
problems when I'm on Bruce's stream, and he uses the same streaming service.
it could be the time. You
That
know
is
what I
true.
mean? Whether it's restreams time or your neighborhood's time, it could be
It
something like
happens
Yeah.
when
that.
you're on my show every now and then
Uh,
too. So
Yeah, but never on Bruce's.
so I don't know if you have a lot of people online at the time or something like that using a bandwidth or something. I don't know how any of
I
that
don't know.
works, but it could be something like
I have
that.
satellite, but I don't know. Unlike regular internet, where you know exactly how it works, I don't. I have no idea how satellite works. So
you got snow on the.
Nobody knows how it works except what's his name? Was it John Kerry? Is he the one who said he created the internet?
Oh no,
No.
yeah,
No, it was the
Al
other
Gore.
guy.
yeah,
And
Thank you.
he
when I
just
was a
signed.
knob, I needed a way to communicate with my lover, so I went out and created a big old power line. And then when I jacked it up, I was able to type right, and it made a ticking sound that I could be kicked up on the other part of the world. But I had to first send her a letter telling her how to build it, so she could pick up all my
No,
internet signals.
he was one of the deciding votes on the opening, like when he was a senator. He was one of
I
the
was making
deciding
fun of
votes.
I was making fun of Bear making fun of.
Okay, it sounded more like fuck.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
Nice.
I might have been. I might get
Jesse
named
Ventura
Scurvy.
is worth making fun of.
Yeah, he is now. He's always been funny, but
It's a
now he's
lol cow.
more
On the internet, we call them lol
now
cows.
he's the butt of all the jokes, not the other way
Um,
around.
but who's that? Who's that senator? John Kerry. Yeah, that's a guy you need to like.
Yeah, I know more than I want to, and I despise every molecule
Yeah,
of his
I
being.
will look for the John Kerry parody song and send it to you later.
Yeah. Anybody who puts their dog in a cage and puts the cage on the top of the car and then
Well, by
drives.
accident, I can see that happening. I can see that happening by accident. But
Just,
the guy who thinks like he took out an entire Italian town during like Nam or something like that.
who
John
did?
Kerry.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
believe it.
No. He was a pilot. He crashed into a fucking
Hmm.
town and took out like there's so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't picture any skill being involved in the scenario you described prior to you finishing the description.
I'll find that parody song and send it to you in Discord later. I'll put it in the show.
I think South Park did it best,
Oh
but okay.
no. His life did it best.
And with that, we're going to say goodnight,
Yeah.
everybody. You guys have a great week. I will see most of you Saturday on this
Lies.
show and tomorrow morning on his
My
show.
show. Woohoo! I got a show. Bye. Bye, crafting.
Oh, keep your crafting.
Okay.
Everybody out there, have yourself a great weekend. Get some gaming in. Get some
Yeah.
painting in. Enjoy life. That's
Yeah.
what
I
it's
gotta write
for.
some surreal psychic shit.